courtesy of Tori
They're so good.
to eat Ron
Faithful listener Tori.
street tacos.
I already devoured mine.
Listener only. That's the only relation. Just a big fan.
Faithful
Oh, no, we
listener.
have lots of relations.
Just big fan.
Well, you do.
Well, yeah.
Big fan.
I mean, not with all of us.
I've never had relations with
obviously, but not with all
We've
of us.
high-fived at a party before.
Big fan.
How old was the
I,
birthday party for?
It was
Annabelle was 4?
Annabelle's
Fifth?
fifth birthday.
Fifth birthday. But there was a high five involved.
Anyway,
Probably because it was her 5th birthday.
they're good tacos.
Well, I was supposed to
They
have,
were
as I was
dynamite.
telling you
They
guys,
look
I was
They
she-
look restaurant made. Like
she,
that's some good work.
She works at Effie's, and I was supposed to bring Effie's with me tonight. That was the plan, but
She should open a food truck.
for one, she wasn't working, so excuse me, I wasn't going to Effie's, and for two, she was like, "Yeah, I'm making street tacos tonight." And I was like, "Well, fuck, okay, fuck Effie's, like it's good, but street tacos."
This is hilarious.
Yeah,
I could not get through this without laughing my ass off.
So are those tattoos on his face?
No one knows.
Are they just like
It looks like
cigarette burn?
It looks like hair.
from.
They're gills.
They're gills.
They're
Fucking
gills.
idiot. They're gills.
This is Aquaman.
He's Kevin Costner.
This is so wild.
Does gills.
He wasn't selling golden tickets to heaven. He was selling golden tickets to dry land.
Golden tickets to Waterworld.
So yeah, I was gonna say
Shit
for
was hilarious.
the uninitiated, Ward, can you throw it up on the screen? Oh yeah, Tori, you absolutely made enough. We are like a third of the way through the pan.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Do you want me to?
They're
you not
killing.
see it?
They're killing Ward. No, I was saying throw it up on the screen for our
for the
our
viewers?
faithful viewer,
Oh, sure.
because everybody needs to see this man's face.
Yeah. Or well, no, it's probably.
She looks like a female version of the hide your kids, hide your wife guy off of YouTube.
Trying to figure out.
They raping everybody out there. So is this a recent article or is this just
yeah,
something
this
that
was
we?
like last week.
Okay,
You want me
I wasn't sure
you
if
want
it
me to
was.
jump on it or you got it.
Oh, I was going to go. I was just wondering if this
Okay.
was like a meme that had made its way around, or if it was an actual recent story. But a married couple in Florida, Tito and Amanda Watts. He does not look like a Tito.
It doesn't look like a T.
at all. She doesn't look like an Amanda either. Actually,
No, she looks more
going
like
there.
a Mandy.
Were arrested a few days ago for selling golden tickets to heaven to hundreds of people. She looks like a Mandy Lynn or a Mandy Joe, or like she's got a middle name in there that is part of her first name. They sold the tickets on the street for $99.99 per ticket, told buyers that the tickets were made from solid gold and that each ticket reserved the buyer a spot in heaven. Simply present the ticket at the pearly gates and you're in.
St. Peter was on board.
Tito Watts, who, again, this dude could not look any less like a Tito. Like,
No.
I am borderline convinced he changed his name to Tito.
He looks less like Tito Watson, more like a Jared Fogle.
He
Like-
does actually look a little bit like Jared Fogle with like a lizard person mouth.
Jared Fogle after he ran out of baby cock.
Yeah, he won't
Wow.
fuck
Oh.
a farm animal over the age of 1.
Man, that escalated
Who is
quickly.
this
That was
dude?
graphic.
God.
Tito Watts, who looks more like a.
I wonder if those are knife fight
I'm
scars.
failing at my reference here, but
Do you think he
He's
got
like,
into,
oh,
like
Chucky.
a West Side Story fight with an artist?
he looks like Chucky from the Rugrats on
Dude
meth.
with a paint knife.
He said in a police statement, quote, "I don't care what the police say. The tickets are solid gold. It was Jesus who gave them to me behind the KFC and said to sell them so I could get me some money to go to outer space. I met an alien named Stevie who said if I got the cash together, he'd take me and my wife on his flying saucer to his planet that's made entirely of drugs. You should arrest Jesus because he's the one that gave me the golden tickets and said to sell them. I'm willing to wear a wire and set Jesus up."
Aren't we all?
Man.
I mean, really? I'll wear a wire right
I can
now and set
totally,
Jesus up.
I can totally see this guy saying, like, he's got the you'd never be able to tell which eye was looking at you because one of them's always drifting off to the other side.
Yeah.
His wife, Amanda, who did not say, hide your kids, hide your wife, they're raping everybody out there, said, quote, we just wanted to leave Earth and go to space and do drugs. I didn't do nothing. Tito sold the golden tickets to heaven. I just watched. So she threw Tito under. Amanda's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. Turncoat bitch.
Jesus is going to have her shanked in prison.
Police said that they confiscated over $10,000 in cash, drug paraphernalia, and a baby alligator, which
Yeah.
is
Wow.
really great. But, okay,
The baby
so,
alligator is a nice little dollop of daisy.
Really?
Ridge.
Not 10,000. They sold 100.
No, that was where I was.
least
That was where I
100
was going.
tickets.
Was they?
But you
They
have
were
to
s-
imagine the alligator helped convince people of the legitimacy
I know.
of their
Like we'll
claim.
bite your. We'll
I
put
would
this.
imagine so,
We'll
yeah.
use this baby.
See this alligator?
as a
Jesus
nipple
gave me this
clamp.
alligator.
Look, I'm not just gonna buy a golden ticket unless you have an alligator.
Yeah, the alligator
I've
is
always
proof
said that.
positive that this is a key to heaven right here. This ticket will get you through the gates. The alligator says so.
That's why people lost their money on LuLaRoe because they didn't have a baby alligator. They
Yes.
didn't have a baby alligator.
You're gonna buy these custom leggings, or my alligator's gonna eat you, bitch.
This alligator will bite you on the snatch.
I don't know, man. There's so much to unpack from this. From
is.
like I met Jesus behind the KFC to an alien named Stevie, a planet made entirely of drugs. How would that work?
Yeah.
Like everything would be like an HR Puffin Stuff TV show of just
Well.
like the banana splits.
It would be like cue Charlie in the Chocolate Factory music.
Yeah, right?
With me.
And we'll-
Yeah.
Well, and
That's what I meant.
would it just be? Would it be like a banana split, but it also has the effects of your favorite drug? Like, oh, I'm just gonna eat this cheeseburger,
That's why you need those
but that
Dobbins.
cheeseburger's also gonna fuck me up.
The what?
The trees are made of crack. You can't
Yeah.
eat the trees. You have to eat the bushes because they're made of cocaine. You got to stay away from the trees.
And
They'll have you looking like Tito.
the article is written by Jess Pagan, Pagan, just like People Against Goodness and Normalcy,
Infidelics.
on Infidelics.
And
So I found this on Reddit for one.
for the people who are uninitiated or maybe haven't listened to the last couple episodes where we have kind of used this segment to really openly rake shitty journalists over the coals, I just want to point out that this article for Fuck Nobody Infidelics by Jess Pagan, which sounds like an Alan Smithy type made up name of like, I don't want my shit attributed to this.
Tells it like it is.
Now, to
This
be
is
fair-
way better written than the stuff we read that was published on Newsweek.
Yeah, it is. It is
Like it
a better,
it's more comprehensive, it's more direct, it's easier to read.
and there's no opinion. It's
Well,
not like,
yeah.
It's not like and Trash Boy with facial tattoos or knife scars or whatever the fuck those are.
And it's
Tito Watts, who clearly fucking failed at life, said in his police statement.
They should have.
It has a conclusion,
They
too.
should have
Yeah.
used alleged. They, you got to throw a legend in there if you want
Right.
to make the AP Jess Pagan. Listen, if you're listening to this show, make sure you use the word alleged in your writing, or else you're not going to make the AP. You're going to write for Infidelics for the rest of your life.
yeah, because Brian Laundrie allegedly,
There,
well, just took a credit card. Apparently, he didn't strangle anybody.
allegedly.
He didn't even allegedly do it because they're still just after him for the taking her debit card.
Allegedly,
Allegedly, they're allegedly.
they're allegedly
Now-
going after him.
What confuses me here is so Jesus gave him the tickets to sell. So that he could get money to go to outer space. In a separate incident, he met an alien named Stevie who said, hey, if you get this money, I will take you to Drug World. So did he meet Stevie first and was like, man, I need to figure out a way to make some cash fast? Holy shit, it's Jesus. Look.
Jesus has got heaven tickets.
Or did he meet Jesus and was like, well, this is a sweet way to make some money. I wonder what I'm going to do with it. And then was just happened upon Stevie and was like, oh, well, hey, here's the answer to how I'm going to deal with all my newfound drug money. Like,
Do we think Stevie is Stevie Nicks? Allegedly,
I thought Stevie Nicks was a witch, not an alien.
Right.
goat.
Yeah,
She's a goat.
she's the goat.
She's the goat.
Stand back.
She's the Michael Jordan of female singers.
Old
But-
South Parkism.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I haven't seen that episode in a hot minute.
Oh, it's Stevie Nicks. This is literally a goat.
Miss Nix, may we get your autograph?
That's great. That's a good bit.
Man,
Yeah, that
I don't know.
whole thing is just Florida.
It's impressive, but not as impressive as the Valley rallying around each other.
I know.
And the hatred of
so-
this mouthy bitch and her Java stuff.
The best thing about this Java Stop thing is this got up to 413
Laugh
laugh
emojis
reacts.
before any other kind of emotion.
Really?
No, no one
No one
reacted
did
to this
anything
in
but
any
laugh at
other
it?
way before she deleted it. And
I never did see it.
Okay, we need to.
my cousin responded to it right before she deleted it and said, "This comment section did not turn out how you wanted it to, did it?" And so this girl Nikki went on LC Valley Reviews. I'm not going to drop her last name, but in 14 minutes it got 113 laugh reacts and 71 comments. And before she deleted it, within 2 hours, it got over 400 laugh reacts. And
If I could make it to 14 minutes in the bedroom, that's how many laugh reacts I'd get.
Nicole's just giggling. It tickles. Anyway, this Nikki. I am beyond upset. The Java Stop at 21st Street and 9th Avenue sold my 11-year-old a Red Bull Blast, all caps, without parental permission. My child has, all caps, no idea what Red Bull is or the effects it could have. An 11-year-old has no idea what Red Bull is or the effects it will have. Horseshit.
That
Talk to your
11-year-old knows more than the mom
More
does
than
about
Nikki
Red Bull.
does. Or the effects it could have on a little person's body. What in the world makes it okay for anyone to sell a child, all caps, Red Bull, all caps? It is not okay. So she was trying to direct all her uppity parental venom toward the Java Stop at 21st and 9th Avenue, who is, by all estimation, a reputable coffee kiosk here in Lewiston.
Never been there.
I haven't either.
That's right by my house.
But all I've heard is that they do a decent job.
We do hot shots,
Pulling-
but they're the same. That basically
pulling
the same
shots of
thing.
coffee. But that's just because Hot Shot's closer to you, right?
Yeah.
And you work from home, so I wouldn't drive all the way down 21st Street to get a coffee.
I barely even do hot shots,
I would pull that shot at home.
but
Just to save
This
money.
one's by my house, though.
Yeah,
I've
so
gone there a few times.
Are they okay?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're fine.
I don't think there's a bad coffee place in town, but to
to that point,
to this woman just going full
full tilt.
let me see your manager on this place because they sold what is essentially a legal stimulant to
Yeah.
their 11-year-old.
well, and he could have gone into A and B, any of the gas stations in town, and done the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bought a
That
six-pack of Red
20-year-old gas station attendant's not going to give a fuck.
Well,
No.
so two things. One,
There's no age restriction on that.
no, there's
No.
not. If
It's not a bar.
Bull. Yeah.
how did the 11-year-old get to the Java Stop?
Yeah. Like,
Is my first question.
I won't let my 14-year-old
'cause
walk on 21st Street by himself.
Spoiler alert! I know this because it was a conversation I had to have with Matthew a bunch over the last year or 2 years because he was 11 and is now 12. They have to be 12 years old in order for them to legally be able to go off on their own, to be left home alone for extended periods of time, all of that kind of autonomous stuff. So either the 11-year-old was with an older sibling or someone who allowed the Red Bull Blast without the parents' permission,
Yeah.
or the child was alone and went to Java Stop by themselves, which this bitch could actually catch a charge for.
No, what's this? Kids can't go off by themselves? What now?
They have to be 12 years old to be left alone for extended periods of time or to go essentially gallivanting on their own. Like, say I was a kid and I wanted to ride my bike from my house to the grocery store. Technically speaking, my parents, it's not something that's really enforced regularly because,
Pretty
unless
much
they're-
everyone in this valley breaks that.
Well, yeah, and unless they're being delinquents, nobody's going to really bat an eye at it. But it is actually the rule.
When did
How
that
old are the
become a rule?
rules? Yeah, because I went out. I used to ride my bike at like midnight.
Yeah, we used to run
Like
around at
nine.
like 7 and 8.
I
Oh,
don't.
it's 9
I don't
years
know. I don't know when, but yeah, it was
That's crazy.
something that I had to talk to Matthew about because he wanted to go out trick or treating with his friends when they were like 10, and I was like, I was basically trying to find any kind of loophole to be like, I don't want to just tell you no, but how can I find a way to tell you no?
Pussy.
You just
And-
tell
He's
them
your
no.
kid. You just tell him no.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, we all
I
know
told
what
Mara no to something today, and
we
she
all
goes, "You're
know
not
what
the
a-
boss of me." And
Ooh.
Actually,
Alex goes,
I am.
Alex
Ooh.
goes, till you're 18, he is the boss of
Yeah.
you. And Alex is 13 and a half. He's like, no, sorry. Sorry, he is the boss of us.
Yeah. We all
We
know
don't have
what
a choice.
what a big softy Ron is. But the thing that I was more took away from this was my child has no idea what Red Bull is or the effects it could have on a little person's body. Bitch, if your child is 11 years old and doesn't know what caffeine is or what Red Bull is, good luck talking to them about sex.
Yeah.
You have no relationship with your kid, and you clearly don't talk to each other about shit.
If that kid's been in the arts and crafts room, he's probably been
That kid's
huffing the
that
fucking
kid's
rubber
taking
Yeah.
already.
so many
I
bad
don't think
stories,
you
like
need to worry about the Red Bull.
batting his dick around, floating in the water.
like
Like he knows about Red Bull.
He's got a pretty good idea.
does he
that
have
that
a
thing's
fucking
gonna give
pulse
him
and attend
wings.
public school? Then he knows what Red Bull is, dummy. Like,
Like what's 11? 11's 5th grade. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
5th
think we
going into
discovered
6th,
no
yeah.
dos until 6th grade, but we used to go over to the market and grab no
So
dos
is there
and see how many we could take.
is there a
before our
restriction on
brain shut
5-hour energy? They
No.
wouldn't sell it to a kid though, probably.
I don't think there's a thing on that either.
I don't know.
Probably not, but I would imagine that.
If you went into A and B and you were a kid, you could buy whatever was in there.
Yeah.
I will bet money on it.
Including the crack.
Come
that
on, let's go
the
get one of your
cashier's holding.
children.
I'm
Why don't you
pretty
go there
sure.
and buy me a no dose and the 5-hour energy with a dead stare on your face?
I'm pretty sure with
And
the
one
right
of those-
clerk
and one of
out of
those
the
little
Asone
balls
market,
of
we
alcohol.
could use cigarettes
Matthew
in high
would
school.
Matthew
Like,
would do it. Be like, hey Matthew, this is a social experiment. I want you to go into Highland and I want you to try and buy as much questionable shit as possible.
see,
Grab
you
the
get one of those
condoms, the
flowers.
anti-diarrhea, like the cough
you
medicine,
can.
everything that is just like, why do you need this?
And see if they'll sell that to you.
Go get some Coraceed cough
Yeah.
cold. Get as many of those as you can. Get the whole tray.
Walk up,
Give him a meth
walk up
recipe.
with
You're
like
just sending them in for ingredients.
Why
at
should
this point.
I get all the
two
Coraceed,
6-packs
Dad?
of 5-hour
Why should I get
energy
that?
and an armload of cough medicine and
Because if you
just
take a
see
whole
what they
box, you'll
say.
see God. It's
What's all this?
awesome.
My dad's sick. He's got a stuffy nose.
He's always so sick.
Get the triple C's.
Oh man, that's great.
I miss being young and stupid. Now I'm just old and stupid and everything hurts.
Yeah.
So
I got ID'd for the cold medicine I got you, Ron.
Huh? Really? That's funny. I haven't gotten ID'd for cold medicine in quite a while.
she got ID'd for it? Wow.
Yeah. They
crazy.
Yeah, but she's not very
It happened to
tall.
me.
Like,
No, and
in the right
she's-
light, Tori, you look like 17.
she's still very youthful looking. What was it that I bought something at Walmart? It was like NyQuil or Robitussin or something like that. And I got carded for it, and I was like, "What in the actual fuck?"
Robitussin. It doesn't even have any.
18 or older if there's pseudoephedrine in it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it starts with a silent P.
Safedra
That was more at a jab at Ron.
Yeah, that was
Pseudoephedrine.
Robbing
That's
the
how it's-
cradle.
robbing the cradle over here
Pseudoephedrine.
because I'm old as fuck and you're still young and vibrant, and somehow you put up with me and my
What's
crotchety
happening
ways.
right now? I've heard good things. That's Ron's catchphrase, by the way. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
What?
I've heard I've heard good things.
It's my.
I'll plug something, and Ron will be like,
"It's my catch-all."
I've heard good things.
It's my catch-all.
Mine lately has been it's the principle of the thing.
So finally, I
I'm pretty sure that's gonna
responded
be
to that the other day
fucking
with, I know, I just told you.
said them. I just said good.
I
things.
just said the good things.
That's my. That's the simplest way of me saying, yeah, I hear it's good, but I'm probably not going to watch it.
Yeah. There's a
too
whole
many
bunch of
things
shit
to
I'm gonna.
watch.
There's way too many things to watch.
Way too much stuff, and I have access to way too much stuff. I
Tori-
think the only thing I don't have access to is Apple Plus, and I've got some friends who are keep trying to get me to come over to watch Foundation.
I've had people really pushing me on Ted Lasso lately.
Ted Lasso's excellent. It's the only thing on Apple.
I've heard good
liked.
things.
It's the only thing on Apple that I liked. I thought Mythic Quest is trash. It's so bad.
I enjoyed it, but
I
Did you
hated
like
It
everything
looked
about
funny,
it.
but
Foundation?
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
it's a sci-fi
Isaac Asimov.
series from forever. It was written
Is it on-
forever ago.
Is it on Apple?
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Mythic Quest to me was a lot like Big Bang Theory. It was like written by people who were like, we're going to write about video games. And they're like, have you played one or seen one or know what that
not
is?
Since Mario Brothers.
I watched.
I remember that one guy
And
had a
they're-
green
and they're-
hat
and
and
they're
one
like-
guy had a red hat.
They're like, not since the Mario twins. You're like, okay, you should write this show.
Mario, and Luigi.
I watched
Mario.
Mac mostly,
No.
but and there's some funny shit in there.
Jared
Good
Harris
episodes, I
in
think. And,
Foundation.
and both of them
Jared
don't have
Harris.
a cast of anyone. Except for
Oh yeah,
It sounds like they're going through the books too fast.
Pootie's all right in
They're
it.
through the first book in like 2 episodes, and the first book is
shit.
400 or 500 pages.
Mm.
But I don't know. Rick bought the series to read the series.
Foundation.
Yeah, because he'd never read it before.
Who's
And-
in the show?
Jared Harris. God, it's just a knockout cast. But I can't remember who else it is.
A friendly reminder that if you're not
But anything-
watching What We Do in the Shadows, you need to be.
Is it good?
Oh, it's so good.
I've heard good
this
things.
season has this season has been fucking hysterical. Like it's a good show in general, but this season has been an absolute standout.
Great show.
I really love it.
I've watched probably a few episodes and I like it. I like the guy. I like the vampire that doesn't the day walker. I can't remember that actor's name. He's hilarious.
What is the
Colin.
premise?
Oh, Colin Robinson, the energy vampire.
Yeah,
He's also Nate on The Office.
yeah.
Sometimes I
Did you
wonder
guys
if I
notice
wonder
that Gum's more minty?
He's got a story arc in Better Call Saul too.
Yeah,
It's-
He
Show's great.
they go to in this season at one point they go to they allude to the fact that they're going to Vegas, but they really just wind up going to Atlantic City. And of course, Colin Robinson, the energy vampire's favorite TV show is the in hotel advertisement movie channel, like that just plays commercials of what's playing on the hotel TVs.
I love that
It's-
channel. when I
oh
was a
God,
kid. This
it's
is my favorite part of going to hotels.
so fucking funny. And actually, yeah, speaking of, you
Make
said
sure you
Big
head
Bang
down to
Theory.
the lounge for happy hour.
Nandor gets sucked into playing Big Bang Theory slot machine.
That's true.
And-
Yeah.
oh
that's
God,
true.
that's
Yeah.
fantastic season.
I
Really
used
good.
to deal blackjack across from a Wonder Woman slot machine, and it was
Wonder
it was just
Woman.
Linda Carter.
Yeah, I play
for
it.
a whole fucking
I-
shift. It was
I
awesome.
I play that.
I wouldn't even get mad. I just
Tori
be
can
like,
attest to it. I play that one every time we go to the casino
Is that still there?
because I'm just like, hey, it's fucking Linda Carter. I'm gonna go play Wonder Woman for a little bit.
Yeah,
That's funny. I don't ever go out to the casino.
I don't either. I have no desire.
I go when she takes me. That's she
The only
likes.
reason I would go
she
out
likes
there
to
is
do
if
it.
I had
It's
an electric car.
It's
You're
thing
talking
that
about
she-
the our casino Clearwater, right?
Yeah, the only
No,
the only
I never
6
went.
car chargers.
The
in
last
town
time
are-
I was at that casino is when I walked through it to see Dwight Yoakam, and then the last time before that was when it was the tent. So that just
Oh,
goes
man.
to show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out there for a concert the last time I was there. Can't
Concert
remember what it
also.
was.
Same here.
It was some.
I went and watched that Stevie Nicks cover band that was out there.
Oof.
It was really good.
Yeah,
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was excellent.
Yes, I am a luckybus. Tori likes to gamble out there because Tori actually wins, and it's unsettling the luck that she has and the way that she does it. And I don't know, like I will always go back to, it was this one afternoon. We'd been dating for like a year, right around there, give or take, and one of her really good friends who no longer lives in town went out there with her. And she doesn't get cell service out there. So it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I had tried to get a hold of her and I couldn't reach her. And she was there for an hour and a half, maybe 2.5 hours tops. And she won like $1,300 or some shit. Nice. And like, that's not a one-off thing. Like she regularly goes I shouldn't say she regularly goes, but when she goes, she regularly wins. Unless she takes me, because I
thought she said "fuck you, bus."
No, yeah. I'm one of those too. But
ew, I can't get any further away from you on this couch. That makes me sad right now.
Just crawl into the cushions.
You three are gonna go worm over it, squeeze in between each other. I'm gonna have this whole camera space to myself.
We got a table between us.
Yeah. No, it's fucking wild. She
smell your cut.
He's not gonna.
Holy shit! It's fucking wild. She'll
Right
just be like, I'm gonna go by the casino for an hour or so, and then an hour later I'll get a text message of a picture that she took. It's like, I just won
Look at all this cash.
I won $700. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ!
Another one.
Yeah, she wins more in really a spin than I've won in my life at casinos.
Fuck you want a big pile of money now.
That hasn't happened yet, unfortunately.
Same as it's amber.
I want it to, but it hasn't happened yet.
Really good.
Yeah, Eduardo makes pretty good beer.
They're really good beers.
The only one that turned this first batch that I did this fall, coming into my very first batch, other than the mead, because I did mead and the beer on the same day. I haven't bottled the mead yet, but it didn't turn out great. I'm going to leave it bottled for a while and try it later and see if it's
okay
better. It's not like I can do it, but it was like it. I brought it to hockey. I won't be able to unload it at hockey. The meat. We'll just put it that way.
The meat or the beer?
Let's drink this and beat the shit out of somebody.
Kyle, my biggest fan of hockey, is like, yeah, I don't like this one.
Is it?
He didn't even like try to be.
I'll let you try one after you're done with that one, and you can tell me what you think.
Do you mean the meat or the beer?
The beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't care for mead.
Just short on this mic.
It just doesn't.
Do you want to turn me down before you?
Yeah, hold on.
They have a Huckleberry mead at the liquor store in downtown Lewiston. Real good.
Yeah.
Is it good? Should be good. Okay.
Luckily, now it
really
doesn't
good.
matter.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
Not about that.
No, it turned
a short. You might have a little short in it though. A little bit.
in the mic itself.
Un poquito.
No.
Oh,
Cord.
really? I think that's a new cord. No, this one's a new cord. I had to throw away a cord.
I had one cord that
Just went completely tits up.
I had one cord that was shorted out, and when I moved it on there, I had no idea. By the way, so it's plugged in. I'm moving it, and I have it turned up. And normally I'll turn it down and do stuff like that. But I moved it a little bit, and the sound of it about made me shit my pants.
just pooped a little.
Just the loudest, just high pitch, just. And I'm like, man, if I wouldn't have been clenching, a poop would have came out right on out. Like,
Just a little turtle head.
Oh man, it was scary.
It was the brown note.
It was the brown
note.
note. Yeah, man, it was terrifying.
It's rare I can make 2 brown note jokes in a day.
So yeah, that first batch this year hasn't turned it. It's fine. Like I can do it. It's fine, but it's not. It's not my favorite. It's not supposed to be cloudy, and it's turned out cloudy. So I think it was a temperature thing. This batch that I just bottled last week, though, I was like a temperature bitch. I was moving it outside, moving it inside every day to try to keep it at the temperature.
I love your dedication.
I really need like a cooler that can just keep it the same. But I can do better during the winter because I can kind of regulate the temperature in here a little bit.
I haven't. I brought an anecdote.
You brought
A little anecdote. Yeah. Hold on. It's been so long. Which one of these do I even look in? That was a bit I literally planned for right now to go like, oh, I'm sorry, it's been so long. Which one? Okay.
Also, forgot to mention Derek is on the show.
Hey, hi.
Look
guys.
directly into the camera.
40 minutes.
It's not okay. You can get help.
Yes.
Wait,
Stuart smiling.
it's okay.
It's not a manecdote. Calm down.
Do you still have those chickens?
No.
Oh God, no. There was some.
No, there's
some
a YouTube
sort of,
clip
like,
that
problem.
tells the story of what happened.
Yeah.
My
There was
mother-in-law,
violence.
my mother-in-law is moving to Alaska and had 3 chickens left, and we took them. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I don't like chickens very much. I didn't know this prior to having them.
You should have asked.
Here's the thing. They're fine. I don't mind seeing them outside. But the first day we got them on Saturday, so very recently. And on Sunday, our dog, we let her outside, just ran at one of them. And do you guys know, now granted, we've been told some lies. We've been fed some dirty lies, mostly from the hit documentary Chicken Run. Chickens can in fact fly a bit.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, you got to dock their wings.
It's like they jump like
Yes.
Luigi in Super Mario 2.
Yes,
Where they just like kind of do this.
They do, and in fact, they did that 2 houses down. So I had to go 2 houses down, and I knocked on their door, and they didn't answer it, even though there's like cars out there. They're like, "Just fuck this guy, not gonna happen." And
We don't answer the door. We've got dinner tonight.
I swear to God, if you would have seen her just staring out the window at you eating a bag of chips, it would have been perfect. But they had a ring, the ring thing. So I pushed that, and I see the thing flash, which I know means I'm on camera. Or no, I was on camera anyways, but the flash thing lets you know that you're on camera.
Right.
And I go, hey, if you watch this later on, I'm not breaking in. I'm trying to get my chicken from your backyard. And that's all I said.
I'm just trying to get
They never
chickens.
acknowledged you?
Yeah, they didn't come out, anything. We go in the back, and the second thing I learned about chickens, the first thing being they can fly a bit. Second thing being, just because you go to the backyard of the person to pick up the chicken does not mean the chicken will actually, in fact, come to you or
Let you capture.
let you catch it.
No,
Right.
God no.
So
Chickens
we
are fucking horrible.
we corner this chicken, this terrified hen, and we can't get her. I run back to the house. I get a sheet, a fucking bed sheet. Like I'm trying to get a bat out of my house. And we throw it over the chicken and corner her. And
You're
finally
lucky
get her
that
down
it
there.
didn't like shred the sheet and escape.
God.
Murder
Anyway.
bird, man.
So I have this murder bird in my backyard. It's still there. It has not flown the coop again, as they say.
You have 3 of them?
We have 3 chickens.
You said that
Literally.
whole story just so you could use the flew the coop joke, didn't you?
It's all
No,
right.
I told you a whole story. I told a whole story to tell you today that I learned that I do not like chickens very much.
So
Boy, they're tasty though.
I feel
Little
like
barbecue sauce.
did it become, and I'm not accusing you of this, Derek, because obviously they just kind of fell into your lap, but did it become like a fashionable thing for people to have chickens in the last
Yes.
10 years, shall we say, like
10 years
ballparkish?
is
To
fair.
15.
Okay.
10 to 15.
Okay.
Yeah, it's chickens and home gardens, like the raised gardens.
Yeah,
and shit.
okay.
Everybody wants to be self-sufficient, and that's like the simplest thing you can do to be self-sufficient,
Yeah.
and it's still a pain in the ass.
There are
Oh yeah, it's fucking.
Because
it blows my mind how many people I will talk to that
Nobody
are
wants
like,
to
"Oh yeah,
help."
no, we have like 4 or 5 chickens at home," and it's like, what? Like, it used to be the only people when I was a child. My grandparents had chickens because they also had horses
farm.
and cattle
Right.
and property up in Winchester and shit. Like they had chickens. Now it's like
They're the easiest thing to have on a piece of small, like
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
in
You
a
can
yard.
throw them table scraps every day, and you can use their shit in
Gardening.
compost, and
Oh, okay.
it enriches.
If you
I
do
mean-
that sort of thing, and I throw their shit away. But
We do the compost thing.
dude,
Composting will totally change your lawn and
Yeah.
whatever
Huh.
plants you choose to grow.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, plus there also is a level of pest control. Also, I mean,
Yeah.
they walk your yard all goddamn day long
Yeah.
and scratch and eat earwigs and anything you.
Oh
don't want
Christ,
in the
that
house.
would actually be
those,
nice.
those
Yeah.
aphids that keep coming up.
That would be nice.
after mine died last year, the coop that they were in, just like, I mean, it was like this dirt corner basically when they were there. It's like within the like it's like watching a city post apocalypse. It's they
Yeah.
just like it was taken over by weeds and all sorts of shit, bugs and shit. I bet I have mice back there now because there's remnants of chicken food and stuff to eat.
Oh yeah,
So
Yeah, those
phenomenal.
chickens. You know, in
I
the
just
long run,
hate them. I
They're. I mean,
I don't
they're
like
not
birds in
pets.
general. I don't
no.
know.
Well, and I never ever treated them like pets. My wife wanted to name. She named them, and I was like,
Oh yeah, nugget.
they're
thigh,
just,
and,
yeah.
and titty.
We know we went chickies and nuggies. That's it. Chickies and nuggies. They don't have.
And if they had,
Names.
if there was a third one, it'd be tendy.
You can't. I have actually heard of people getting like the baby chick from the store and getting it, like raising it, and I'm sure they'd make fine pets at some point. I mean, if a cat's a pet, a bird's a pet, like whatever, you can get a what's they call
It's my therapy hen.
imprint, imprint on a little baby
Yeah,
chick.
you can.
Squirrels
That's a real
are
thing,
fucking
yeah.
awful. Squirrels are awful creatures. And
Yeah,
people
that was
imprint
one.
on
That's
them.
one that
Yeah.
I've never understood.
oh
It's like,
yeah,
fuck that.
in a really weird, creepy way.
Scratchy,
Yeah.
gross. Little
Squirrels
fucking
are our
rodent
friends.
fucks.
No, they're fucking
Ugh.
rats.
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
They're rats with big
Fuck
bushy
that.
tails. Like, get Rick to tell you.
They're
squirrels
cute
waste of
in
time.
Disney cartoons. They
Rick
don't
with
want
a
one in
shame on his
fucking
face,
real
get
life.
him to tell you.
Did he try to save a squirrel?
I mean, the only people I've ever met
was
that have
climbing a
pet
pole and
squirrels are
his
kind of
dog got territorial.
squirrely themselves. So.
Awful.
Crackheads.
Jesus, that's hilarious.
Crackheads. Or like former / recovering
Maybe,
crackheads.
The person that I know that had squirrels, you know,
Oh, man.
they always say they rescued them, which I'm always like, eh.
You didn't rescue nothing.
You might have rescued the first squirrel. Why do you have?
It was in my backyard, so I brought it into my house.
Why do you have 50 fucking squirrels now? You rescued all 50 of those? You're kidnapping squirrels at this point.
Why does it smell like you're saving jars of urine?
Yeah.
Your living room
Right.
smells
Did
like
you
a piss
save
factory.
those too? Did you save that too?
Your house smells
Yeah,
like
it's
a
weird.
tannery.
Your entire house smells like belt leather and a pet shop. Like,
Oh, that squirrel's got babies. Kill the squirrel. Kill the squirrel. Take the babies.
Yeah, I adopted them. The mother died.
okay.
I killed her.
Fucking
slowly.
again.
That's
Probably
how.
good stew.
I killed her and fed her to the baby.
I
Over a few
strangled
weeks.
it in front of the babies to teach them to fear and respect me.
I asserted my dominance over a lesser
asserted-
species.
I asserted my
I
dominance.
asserted my dominance over them.
Now they both fear and love
I
me.
crushed her skull with a croquet mallet, and the rest is history.
They
now have a
seemed
The
Sorry.
rest is history.
They seemed upset. We went from 3 viewers to 1 viewer really quick when we started.
But really, they were young. They just looked like
that was funny.
stage.
They're
Oh,
so
it's funny.
cute. Why did it never get fur?
It's
Because
funny.
it scared the fur off it when it was a baby.
No, I got bit by a goose when I was.
Oh, fucking
I think I was
geese are
like
terrifying.
It was like 3 or 4. I was at the park with my mom, and I have had a very strong aversion to birds ever
Was it a
since.
Canadian goose that got you? One
Yep.
of those gray ones?
Yep.
You know why those birds are so mean, right? It's because all those Canadians put all their mean and hatred
their
into
evil
those
goes-
birds.
they're,
And then they send those fuckers down here.
they're like living drone spies for the Canadian government.
That's why Canadians are so friendly.
I don't even think you
They
were
dump
born.
all their hatred into the geese.
Into these geese and send them down here.
This might have
Imagine
been
them
the summer
out there
before
doing
you were
like
born,
some sort of chant.
But
like a
we were down
ritual.
the park feeding ducks. They a goose bit me.
Oh,
And-
shit.
Oh, good luck
And
down there.
Grandpa and Pops killed it
Yeah?
with rocks
Nice.
right there in the park.
Yeah, I was at...
So I have no fear of geese because they
I was
just
at
murdered it. In
well,
front of
see,
me.
that's the
I was
thing. It's
like,
not a...
they're weak.
It's
I
not
got
a
this.
it's not a fear because I discovered my ex-wife had a genuine fear of birds, like a Tippi Hedren level fear of birds. We went to the zoo in Point Defiance, outside Seattle, and they have a big. It's kind of like the pterodactyl cage thing in Jurassic World, where you just walk into this gigantic bird cage.
aviary.
Yeah, an aviary. Thank you.
Of doom.
And she walked like
The cubs.
she walked like 3 steps into the room and realized that all the branches were about 4 to 6 inches over your head, and there were just birds everywhere walking around. She fucking just froze, and like Matthew and I are walking through, like, man, look at this, that bird is so close, and we like stopped and turned and realized that she had just frozen, and she was like, I'll wait outside, and she walked backwards, like
is
she
this?
wouldn't. Tabitha.
Oh.
She wouldn't take her eyes off the birds.
I can't think of anybody who deserves a fear.
It
of
was
anything more than
really
that did.
funny, and it's so my feeling for birds isn't like a fear like that. It's just a like I don't
Don't trust them.
I don't like them. I
don't fuck with birds.
I don't see the point. I don't fuck with them because they're mean.
Well, they evolved from
No, but I mean,
fucking
I don't fuck
raptors.
with
Have
them.
you
And
seen-
I don't want them either.
Have you seen the goddamn crows around town lately? They
Yeah.
just keep getting bigger.
they're huge.
They're
They're
gargantuan.
fucking huge.
They're crows used to be smaller than seagulls. Now they're like running
Yeah. They're like,
like they're close to
damn
approximately
near
the
my
same
dog's
size.
Every
now.
time I see
My dog's like 60 pounds, and these
like,
crows are starting to catch up.
every time I see
They're
a
chasing
hawk
hawks away.
or an eagle or something
Crows are
flying
smart, too.
flying in the sky, I
Pack
immediately am
I wanna
struck
throw
by
them
like
food.
that thing's like 120 feet up
I
in
like
the air,
crows. I don't know why I like crows.
and I can see it that well and that detailed, which means if it's 120 feet away from me and I can see it that well,
You like
that thing
counting
is
then?
fucking huge. And fuck that shit. It would probably pack me away
Well, and they're chasing the
like
geese.
a goddamn bunny rabbit or something.
They're chasing
like,
the geese out of the
fuck
cemetery.
that.
Over in Normal Hill. I
do not
last
like
summer,
birds.
The geese were all over Normal Hill. This summer, it was all crows. I want to take my camera down there and get some pictures, but it was so hot, I just didn't want anything to do with
And
it.
it's an animal that people won't care if they multiply, because I don't know anybody that actually hates them. They're just crows.
I know. I
Crows?
just want to throw
Yeah.
bread to them.
I like
"Hey, here you
crows.
go."
They're super smart. They're
Yeah.
smart creatures.
And they'll bring
they're,
us treasures.
they're smart like a cat's smart though. It's harder to like cats are temperamental, crows are temperamental. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't have one as
People might not like crows if you walk outside and there's like 30 of them lining your power lines,
Yeah,
like
and they
a
travel
starling
in
or something.
murders.
Yeah.
It's a murder of
Right.
crows. And
It
you're
is a
like,
murder of-
Maybe
yeah.
that's why people do like them. People like murder shows. Maybe
You
they
know,
like
and
murder
people like
crows.
the macabre.
Yeah.
People like that. That's really popular now.
They're like, quoth the raven. Never mind.
Yeah.
People are weird.
People like the macabre.
Fucked up
The
species.
macabre.
Macabre.
Try the shitty one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Just give it a go.
Well,
Try it out.
every
Way to sell it.
every
Jesus.
Every-
have you thought about getting in sales?
third female that you see
garbage.
on social media is an astrologist or a witch or
Ed Gein is the
something that's like, oh, it's Halloween season, so I'm gonna be spooky again. And crows are beautiful. Fuck you.
You're telling me your girlfriend doesn't have an affinity for Halloween?
She does, but not.
That's the same thing.
Not no.
She's not using Grecian formula
She
on the
doesn't.
bush.
She doesn't share "I'm a fucking witch" memes on Facebook and stuff. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. No, I have a really strong affinity for Halloween. I fucking love. I got a Facebook reminder yesterday that really disappointed me in myself because I realized that by this time last October, I had watched significantly more scary movies in preparation for Halloween than I have this year. I've only watched a couple this year. And
Yeah.
I was up to like close to a dozen by this time last year, like damn near one a day.
Did you watch the trailer for Scream 5?
I did.
No, I didn't
They
even know
really
were
want to
making
keep.
it.
They really want to keep Nev Campbell and David Arquette's career alive.
Is she still pretty?
She's not terrible looking.
I'm glad that Dave Arquette's in it, though. Good for him.
I don't
Did you
know how
watch
to.
that
I
wrestling
don't know how to
documentary?
feel
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
great.
Yeah,
I liked
the
it.
you
Is
can't
he-
kill David
is
Arquette.
he still just tore up? Like he was last time I saw him, he was like built.
He had to get back in shape for that wrestling documentary. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He,
He still looks pretty good in the Scream.
it's.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't
mean,
look Deputy Dewey-ish. He looks like he's still wrestling.
well, they kind of like Dewey's been through some shit.
They make him look kind of
in the movies.
sore.
Yeah.
So he definitely looks a little
He's a little
beat
haggard.
up,
He carries
and
himself
worn down,
raggedly.
but it fits for again. Dewey's been. Through
I love
some
Dave
shit,
Arquette,
so.
though. I'm always going to root for that guy.
Yep.
I think so.
Oh, I don't have a problem with
That
him.
documentary is great. And God, the guy's crazy. He's so crazy, though.
Yeah.
I love his love for wrestling, though. Like, he wants to be legit, regrets having the WCW title.
Yeah.
Fought
Like,
against
whatever.
getting the W. Like he pushed.
want it, yeah.
He didn't want it. The only reason that it happened was because they basically made him.
Speaking of wrestling stuff, I fell in love with heels. I didn't think I'd like it.
You did.
Oh, really?
Like it, yeah.
I thought I was gonna absolutely dislike it. The
I
trailer for it didn't sell me. The trailer, I felt, I do hate the intro music. It's too long. You can't understand who's the fuck is singing and what they're singing, and so I fast forward through that every time.
Grandpa
because-
Ward.
What's that?
Grandpa Ward over here.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were saying in it, and I don't know what they were doing, but I'll tell you this, I know the devil was in it.
I know it was about the Satan. The Satan. It was about
Yeah.
Had to be.
But no, the show actually turned out really good. The finale was yesterday.
yeah.
What
I
was
like
this?
Stephen Amell.
Yep.
The
Heels.
Heels.
And
Yeah,
his
it's-
passion for wrestling, I would believe, probably comes through very strongly.
Mike
Yes.
O'Malley is a producer on it. He's in it.
Mike O'Malley's great.
Also, CM Punk plays a character in that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he.
Interesting.
I follow him on social media. By the way, the stuff with him in AEW right now is absolutely lights out.
Is it
it's,
good?
it's every bit as good
Man.
as you think it should be, and it is good.
I
I
haven't
think him
seen.
taking a few years off was probably really good for his everything.
I haven't seen a crowd that first time that he came out. I haven't seen a crowd pop like that at a wrestling show
Oh, it's
in
crazy.
a long time.
And his
Like,
first
it
match
was
with Darby
bananas.
Allin, it was kind of cool. His first match, he went with like lightweight Darby Allin, let him be the big guy in the match. It was good. It was really good. Then in his second match, he went against like these Taz guys. They all follow Taz. Big dude. So you got to be the small guy in the match. And I was like, man, what a great mix. Like, show us that you're both. Like, you could be
Yep.
a welterweight, but you could be a heavyweight too.
Right.
No.
And so I loved that. The storylines are good. You know, AEW, of course, I think they really think about what they want to do for the product. So like, how can we make you look cool?
Yeah.
But we still gotta have other people look pretty cool. We gotta be pretty cool. Do you guys understand this?
It's
You know?
it's the best wrestling product that's probably
It's
been
really
on the
good.
market
think-
for
I-
over a decade.
The thing about Punk is he's a really good wrestler. Like, I don't think he's one of the greats as far as
No.
in-ring work goes.
He could do some heavy
Lights out,
lifting though.
lights out on the mic, but he's really solid at wrestling.
He has
Like,
that Chris Jericho quality where it's like he can have a good match with just about anybody.
Yeah, but
And
it-
that's not something a lot of people can do.
But I think one of the reasons is he's just a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not enough other people. Like, there's dudes who do the flippy shit.
Right.
There's dudes who do like the power shit.
Big
There's
slow
dudes who
powerhouse
do
stuff. Yeah.
Big
this thing.
Hoss style
But he can
slugfest.
just put on a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's not a lot of guys nowadays like post
He's able to elevate.
say ruthless aggression era.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of dudes who could just go out and put on a wrestling match. Like Rock could do his thing,
Yeah.
Triple H could do his thing, but they were also good at just putting on a wrestling match.
Right.
And there's a lot of dudes who can go out there and do the Rock thing or do the Triple H thing, but they couldn't just go out and put on a basic
Right.
wrestling match. And somewhere along the line that got lost.
Yeah.
And I don't know,
fair.
after I took a step back from watching wrestling and then go back and watch
Yeah.
some stuff, I think that's what's missing.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
especially pulling back from listening to other people talk about wrestling a lot. I unfollowed a lot of people on Twitter. I stopped listening to Jim Cornette. I stopped listening to just fucking people talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
And really the only people that I listened, it's like once we started doing the show, I quit listening to other people talk about wrestling. It was just us. So there was a lot less fucking noise from just assholes who thought they knew what they were talking about. And you just watch what's going on. And I think that's really what was.
It's certainly more fun.
It is.
It's certainly more fun to just watch it like that and enjoy it. And
when you're not trying to find what some asshole, like Cornette's been in the business forever and he really does know a lot. But dude just wants to fucking talk.
He's also
and he's so emotionally involved.
What
in
is it, like an
So
analytical kind of breakdown?
So up his own ass.
Yeah.
He's
a promoter. He's been in it forever.
And he's
done
into
everything
his way of doing it
that there is.
And so there's not
but
a lot
he's a purist in a
weird
in a really weird and pure sense.
Purist
Yeah.
So he wants that. He wants the which he's getting.
Yeah.
He is getting that now. I mean, like there's those other promotions that weren't big are like they're doing fine.
Yeah.
TNA is even doing fine.
Yeah.
It's crazy right now for wrestling, right? It's crazy. And everyone's working with AEW, man. WWE is the last one they're just solely by themselves, and it's crazy to me because it's clearly working to work together.
And they're for the first time since they were really like losing the Monday Night Wars with WCW, WWE is really kind of fucked themselves.
Yeah.
They've backed themselves into a corner, and all it took was somebody to come along to make slightly better product. And finally somebody is, and they're doing it consistently.
And Khan, that Tony Khan, man, that's the other thing too, is his pockets are so deep.
So much money.
Where did he get his
much money.
I know he's got billions. What is it from?
So one of them is that dad owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep.
Oh.
He owns them outright.
Yep.
And
Just one, he owns the team.
But all of those owners are not rich because they own teams. They got rich and then bought a team.
They own teams because
so that dude, his
rich.
dad is rich beyond the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is still he's so rich.
They're like the NFL team thing is like almost a socialist setup, right? Like the merchandising is everybody gets
they get a cut.
They get a cut of the pool of money from the top.
And he's still so rich from that, but he was one of those. He did something else. You know, he had a you know, like the Shark Tank people aren't rich from doing Shark Tank. They were rich, and that's why they're sharks. Like,
and they
you know,
make money off Shark Tank.
So he was rich, you know.
Look at this. Tori had mentioned in the chat that she's got a friend that has a goose that is housebroken and leash trained and stuff like that. This is their pet goose, just fucking swimming with them. They take it to the goddamn store, and I don't know.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
That thing's gonna grab a knife someday. And
More power to him, I guess. Whatever, but fuck that.
Anyway, so for anyone that hasn't been watching, wrestling is lights out. CM Punk, he's in heels though. And that's what makes me want to watch heels. I saw something.
What is that on?
It's on Stars.
I think you can pick up the first 3 episodes on Prime though right now.
And I think you can watch the very first episode on YouTube to see if it's something you want to watch.
I know it's something I want to watch. I just don't want to.
Have you been watching it?
I watched the first episode.
Like,
you watched
honestly,
the first episode?
Because
I had some money from Microsoft points and bought the first 2 seasons of American Gods that way. Because I didn't want to buy fucking Stars. Like, there's nothing else I wanted to watch, and then I guess there was Black Sails. Yeah. But I don't know. There's only so many.
Now, Ron, on your thing, Ted Lasso. It's wholesome. It's so wholesome, but it's so funny.
Really?
So it's like a.
I've heard a lot of.
Did you guys watch Schitt's Creek?
You heard good things?
A lot of.
Anybody watch Schitt's Creek?
That's actually not what I was going to say. Ward. I was going to say I've heard a lot of similarities to Parks and Rec, where it is as funny as it is like touching.
Yep. That's fair. That's super fair. I would say there's
it tugs at me more than Parks and Rec did.
Yeah, I would say there was more.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, and also there's not a character in the show I just absolutely love, except
Neither.
for the character you're supposed to hate, which is like the ex-husband, the older guy. Like
Yeah, yeah.
This is Ted
like,
Lasso.
and and this dude's super hateable, but everybody else in the show, like, you're like, okay, I'm on board. This is a character. I love this character.
I'm a really big fan of Jason Sudeikis,
he's great in the show.
and I have absolutely no idea who else is in the show.
That's the thing
if
about
there's
the Apple shows.
if
You don't
there's
know who else
anybody,
is in it. You're
if
like,
there's even anybody
okay, that
else
was
of
Jason
note in
Sudeikis.
it, like anybody that I'd recognize at least.
The dude that plays the ex-husband is like Giles from season 1 Buffy, if that helps at all.
The lady that says shame
Niles.
Really?
is the
I saw her without
Oh,
her garb
the-
on
the
one time. I
shame-
was like,
the
wow, she
shame
doesn't
lady
look
from
anything
Game of
like I thought
Thrones?
she
She's the one of the main
she's the
characters.
owner. of
Really?
the
Fuck.
club- she's the club
Okay.
owner.
Who's the young British girl? She's in stuff.
Oh, she's in a bunch of shit lately. Like she was
She's
in that.
stuff and things.
That's what I mean. Like everyone else in the show is like, oh,
She was on that BBC show. Yeah,
face. You got
Yeah.
a face with skin on it.
I feel that
I
way
saw
when
that
see
they
Jonathan-
got
or
a
John
big.
Glover.
I saw
Like,
that they
oh,
got
yeah,
a
John
big
Glover. Yeah,
deal
he's in
signed
stuff.
for the next
He's in
season where
Gremlins
they're
2, the new
actually
guy.
going to be able to use the real
He's in
team
everything.
names, and
Oh,
they're not going to have to just allude to
Yeah.
stuff anymore. That they've actually signed a deal with Premier League or whoever.
And they were only supposed to do,
which that's cool for them.
They're only supposed to do 3 seasons too, but I guess I've watched a few interviews with Jason Sudeikis now, who's already been approached about like extending.
I hope they don't milk it.
He wanted to do 3 seasons, just a beginning, middle, and end. Button down the story.
Yeah.
3 seasons, call it good. I say, you go 5, call it. I think 5 or 6 is like the good number for me for a show.
6 seasons in a movie.
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends on how
Yeah.
much.
Depends on the show. Yeah.
Like the good place. Tori,
they knocked that one out of
I
the
haven't
fucking
finished it.
park.
I realized
I haven't either.
I realized that I hadn't finished it, and I was talking to Tori about it, and so I got Tori to start it with me here the other night because it's a fantastic show. But from everything I've heard, it wrapped up really perfectly.
Yeah.
It was only 4 seasons, right?
Yeah.
It didn't need to be
It
extended or
was
drawn out.
canceled though, but they gave them the whole season to finish. I guess that would be the nice thing if your show's been, come up with a rule. If your show's been running for 4 seasons, okay,
Give it
another. Like My Name Is Earl is a perfect example. They could have given one more season of at least 6 episodes, just at least wrap up the story.
It would have been nice.
They did that
it
with
deserved it.
They
was
did
a
that with Good
show.
Girls this year.
Yeah.
They
did
fucked
they?
over Good Girls. It ends with what I guess you could call conclusion, but at the same time, it still leaves open, like
Christ, they did
things
that.
open ended.
Comedy Central did that for Review, the Andy Daly show.
Yeah.
Which, if you've never seen, you should definitely check it out. It's fucking hysterical.
Good Place was great.
Juno Temple is the actress's
Temple, yeah.
name.
Oh, she's in Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Brendan Hunt is in Ted Lasso. He was
His middle name is Mike.
Michael.
Michael.
He goes by Mike.
He goes by Mike.
It's bet his name's not Brandon.
he's
Brandon,
he
it'd be
plays
Brandon,
Coach
my
Beard.
God.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He was in the original.
Thank you.
Awful.
Thank you.
He was in the original clips that they did because
Yeah.
Ted Lasso was born from like a skit,
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Huh.
like 7-8 years ago.
Like
A skit, and then it would turn into a commercial.
yeah,
He did it as like a commercial for the Premier League.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
yeah. You could find the clips.
the
So it
whole
became a
pitch,
show,
the whole
huh?
pitch for the commercial was this like a American football coach is the coach of one of these teams, and that was the whole bit. It was just a
And they-
commercial for Premier League,
and they spun that
and then
into
they
a
were
show.
like, "Let's do a show out of that."
Interesting.
And
But
the
it was
show's
something. But it was
fantastic.
also something they had developed a little bit too because they wanted to do it as a thing. It's good. It is good.
How'd you like that shitty beer?
It was all right. Honestly, it wasn't as bad as
Well,
Man,
he
you might
really
have-
undersold it
yeah.
so that you would.
the bar was so
Have no
low that I
expectations.
really only had to just stumble over it. Really,
Right.
so it was still pretty good.
Yeah, he wasn't limboing. He was going over.
Yeah, it was just it's a stride. Really, it wasn't even a
Barely a lift up with one.
yeah. It was just a normal.
Which-
it was in my step.
Which one was the shitty beer award?
The cloudy one.
It's a light ale. You haven't had it yet.
Oh.
Do you want it?
No, not if it's shitty. Thank you.
I'll
No,
drink magic.
I'm good, thank you.
I'll sneak one to you one of
Plenty
these
of
times.
magic in that fridge. I don't know.
I just polished off my Red Bull. I'm good.
You guys in the Red Bulls. How dare Java
How
Style 21st and 9th sell you those?
Those bastards.
Those bastards.
How dare they sell that to an almost 40-year-old man?
What in the world makes it okay?
Listen, all caps. This is not okay.
God damn. Thanks, Nikki.
I just it
God,
is
you could almost
you
make that the new
never in
That replaces Karen here
in
the
today's society. You yeah, it does
Are you a
actually.
Nikki?
Are you a Nikki?
Don't be a Nikki.
This is Nikki. Nikki uses Facebook to shed her hatred on the people who wrong her during the day. Don't be like Nikki.
That did not go her way.
No, and that's you never see that
I wonder what the
level
comment
of
section
solidarity.
was like.
I wish I could have seen it.
Everyone was like,
Piling on, yeah.
Everything on the internet
What's your
is so
11-year-old?
divisive nowadays. You never see that level of solidarity of just a fucking
Yeah.
horde of people
This
all
was-
coming out like-minded. Ha ha! Fuck this bitch.
It was.
I reactivated my Facebook to sell a washer and dryer, and then I deactivated it as soon as I sold said washer and dryer.
Did you? I saw it come up and I was like, shit.
That's funny.
What's funny about LC Valley reviews is that people like actually use it still to write reviews,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's
read reviews,
and
but then there's a vast majority that are just on there for voyeuristic purposes only and to
It's-
chime in and
it's
shame
and to
someone.
tell you
incredible.
how fucking wrong you are.
Yes.
Well, you know, I've always had a great experience there. You must have gone the wrong day. Or I know so and so personally. Why didn't you talk to so and so? You should. You know,
Yeah.
it's like name dropping in Lewiston matters. Like, oh, they manage the fucking Java stop at 21st and 9th. So, like, is that really a name you want to drop? Really?
Right.
Also, why should I care? I don't know that person.
Yeah.
I've literally never known that
The
person.
manager at Zany Grays is the name you're gonna drop.
I just
Like, come on,
if
man.
if I go to a restaurant or a place of business and I'm unsatisfied with the way that I am treated, I hey, is there somebody like a manager that I can talk to or something like to try and rectify the way that this whole shitty situation has gone?
I take it up with the local
You
authority, and then if
No,
I'm
you
not
do.
satisfied, then I bring it on the show.
No,
you
And that's still not going anywhere.
you take
you-
a dump in the urinal. I know you.
you upper
don't
deck
have-
their
I was gonna
bathroom
say,
and then push
unless they
people's
have a
golf
toilet
carts
tank.
over.
That's true.
Ludo hate golf cart.
I tell them that I want to speak to the CEO of whatever company they work for.
I want to speak to your manager. No, I want to speak to your manager's manager. I want to speak to his CEO.
Who signs your check? Get them.
Get that
I want that person.
I don't speak to the person that works at Zany's. I speak to the people that own the mall. Because it'll go to the same place.
It'll
Yeah,
get ignored.
I
It'll
just
get-
yeah,
it'll get ignored just as
I don't
fast.
know. I
Nobody cares.
yeah, who the fuck?
No one
I
cares.
feel like this is a retaliation to the 5-star review of JavaStop. This was my first time at JavaStop, and I am thoroughly impressed. Fastest service from a coffee stand in the entire valley. Don't let this photo fool you. I was in and out there in about 5 minutes.
No,
the
was-
drinks are delicious. I highly recommend
Did you
the Red Bull Blast.
Yeah,
I can't wait
I thought it was.
to go again and give them more of my business.
that kind of. Did you see how many
By the way, I'm
reviews there
11, and I
were?
know how delicious they are.
You know what?
I have a Facebook too.
I bet Nikki probably works there and makes Red Bull blasts for the 11-year-olds that are walking there from, is it Whitman that's down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones
Just
walking
right
back
there.
over to Sunset.
Yeah, no, exactly. Thank you, Tori.
So many
so
JavaStop
many.
reviews.
There were a fucking deluge of JavaStop reviews after this was posted,
Oh, yeah.
and
That's hilarious.
it's
Nikki probably owns JavaStop.
talk about a creative way to get fucking
It's pretty good.
publicity.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
And now they're a
effective.
5-star business on Facebook.
It's effective.
And so when you search for coffee in Lewiston on Facebook, the Java Stop is
The
probably
Java
number
stop
one.
comes up,
Yeah.
and I've still never been there.
Oh God, there's people commenting about this post within the the positive post.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you remember what Nikki said?
Yeah,
She didn't like the record.
I don't
Be
even.
careful.
I don't even think I can even call it a review. It was basically saying my kid did something naughty, and I think someone else should answer for it. Definitely putting the blame on the wrong people. She should have gone to the FDA instead, not a local business.
Why were her
Doing everything legally.
Why did your kid have enough money to
What
buy
would
a
the
Red
FDA
Bull?
have anything to do with that?
The food.
Could you imagine
Food
being? Could you imagine being that asshole that is I imagine the secretary who gets that phone call. So what are you complaining about?
So wait, what now?
Where
What
are you-
happened?
Where are you at?
They fed your
Idaho.
children
What the
food
fuck
and
are you
drugs,
talking about?
And you want me to administrate it?
I'm gonna need you to back all the way up for one moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to take 3 steps back and literally fuck
And-
your own face.
And LC Valley Reviews is my response to. I was listening to one of the previous shows here recently, and we were discussing bullshit stuff on Twitter.
Oh, so
And-
now we're citing our own show.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're citing our own show for reference here.
you can cite us in.
I was listening to one of our.
I was
Anchor.
I was listening to us, and we made a really valid point. No,
you can cite me in your
and I
doctoral
quote-
thesis,
and
actually.
and I quote me. No, I think it was you that made the comment just kind of offhand about how many of the people that you see on Twitter are just bot accounts. You know, that are just there to feed the algorithm and whatnot. And then in reply to those statements, I turned to LC Valley Reviews and I said, no, those accounts that you see on LC Valley Reviews, they're not bots. They're not troll accounts. Those are real people that live in our town around us that are that dumb, that have that little to do with their day.
See, these are people who need chicken.
That's,
And
yeah,
literally-
man, that ain't
literally
all they
garbage.
fucking
They probably have chicken.
That
Please
ain't all
come
they
take care of
fucking
mine.
need.
They are the people who are the scariest person in Lewiston, Idaho, is someone who is retired and has too much time on their hands.
Oh yeah.
They have
Because that person's running for like city council.
They have a laptop, a subscription to the
discuss that
Tribune.
shit for a minute.
And
Dude,
vote
that-
city
Dude, you-
council.
That
Dude,
guy that I
that-
shared,
No
that
more
his,
nonsense.
his
Yeah.
entire platform is I'm fighting COVID restrictions. Okay, well, what do you think about the homeless issue? Not important. COVID
Oh,
issues.
it's not.
This,
No, it's not?
who's this?
Luke
Luke Blount.
There's also somebody
was
running,
running on the
for-
No More Nonsense campaign.
Yeah.
There's also someone running for. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
The dude's
You
all
guys
fat.
have to bear with me here because I don't have Facebook now.
Yeah.
Because I sold that washer and dryer. And,
Congrats, by the way.
And thank you. And admittedly, my head's in the sand when it comes to especially local politics.
Yeah.
So, bear with me here. There is a proposition to not have a mayor,
Yeah.
which I love. You know, I don't want to add politicians, but the opposition
vote
to
no on
that
that.
is a mayor, somebody running for mayor, Dan Johnson, and then there's an opposition to him, and he's much like this person too, who has
Wilson
like
Boots.
Wilson Boots.
Yeah, shook him up. The vote for Boots is a vote for Trump.
His hot button thing is like the CRT in schools, like the critical race theory. But he has like nothing else.
But there's nothing.
else.
There's zero. Like I went to the website to look at what his
It's
platform
there's-
is. It's just I'm not happy with this, so
Yeah.
make me mayor.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to go on.
So Wilson,
Other
Boots
than
and
that, he
who's
missed
this
an
other person?
opportunity
It's-
to make a
it-
Tom Hanks reference with his name.
I don't know if it's Blunt or Blount, but
So,
it's,
but are they on the same like ticket?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's running for city council. There was
They're all running for city council.
it was a not
There's a few
article.
who want to be mayor on
Yeah.
top of that. Like if
So,
the proposition one,
Wilson wants to be mayor,
Yeah,
and
maybe.
Blount wants to be his city councilman. I think is what.
He's-
Listen,
and,
you
and
guys.
the people who are running for mayor, if the proposition for there to be a mayor fails, the people in the mayor race are still going to be on.
Listen,
Right,
you
yeah.
guys. This is as far as I can tell, limited knowledge, but I'm punk rock. So fuck yeah. So this is the time where our voices can finally be heard. We don't have to vote for Dan Johnson, and we don't have to vote for Mr. Boots. Instead, we can literally go vote no. We can go vote we don't want it. What an amazing world.
Don't want a mayor. Well, I can't because I live in Washington, but
Sure. But,
So, yeah,
but
so
still,
vote no on Prop 1.
I initially wanted I liked the idea of having a mayor versus the city manager because I think our current process
the city
is
manager
wasteful.
makes almost $200,000
Yes.
a year.
okay,
plus
it's
benefits.
Good. These are good points.
It's such a wasteful position
Fair.
that I mean it really is just a waste of
Don't
money.
kill my vibe here. I love the idea of voting just fuck
going,
you.
fuck you.
None.
Right.
But it's an unelected position that controls absolutely everything and is answerable to no one.
And I understand your logic, and I appreciate you pointing it out.
correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it have a very demonstrated history of abuse of power?
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought
and he's
so.
But so will a mayor.
Well, yeah, so will a mayor, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean
the-
that's
but the
two
mayor,
sides
you
of the
can
same
get
coin. But
ousted
yeah,
every other year.
Um,
So
Seems like a pain in the
where
ass,
this
though,
came
too.
from,
all
Derek,
the
was
fun away.
there was
know.
a non-article on Daily Fly today that was talking about this dude that's running for city council, and his whole platform is as Ward said, he's running on the no nonsense platform or no more nonsense. He
And I like a little bit of
He's
nonsense.
quoted in the article as saying that he's lived in Lewiston for 9 years now and is very unhappy with the way that he's seen things go over the last 2 years.
Then go!
And he thinks it's time for a change. And his big argument in his platform is that he will not enforce and will actively fight COVID mandates and COVID restrictions.
cool.
And then they close the article by saying that when they asked him about budget planning, the homelessness issue, or what was does anyone remember what the third thing was? It was another like important. It was another important
Third important
thing.
issue. Yes.
All no comment. Literally, no comment. Like, no, they can keep them damn shots out of my body, but well, what are we going to do with the city budget?
So what you're telling me is he has a platform. It's just the platform is like 1 2x4.
yeah.
If that, it's like
It's a 2x4
fucking
upside the head. Anybody that wants to put a needle in his arm,
yeah.
which I'm okay with.
I'm totally okay with it, but man,
Yeah, you do.
just-
Everybody does. Everybody do
Everybody
you.
do their thing.
But
I'm tired of people trying to get in other people's business.
It's
Entirely.
fucking great to me that like there's someone who's openly, I don't know, it would be like as I said in the chat, it would be akin to me running for city council and they'd be like, well, what do you think about the budget, Mr. Warner? And I'd be like, I really don't know a hell of a lot about it and how it works, but if you elect me, I can work with people who know how it works, and I'm sure maybe we can probably figure it out. Like,
Might
but
it
that-
be like-
Yeah, but don't you understand that what you just said is more logical than what I've heard from any politician?
It's way better.
I would vote for
It's
somebody
way better
who
than,
said that.
No comment.
oh yeah,
I would vote
absolutely.
for
Because
somebody
you
who
would be
said that
putting.
over
How
somebody
do you
who's
feel
just
about the-
lying
No
about
comment.
That's yeah.
How do you-
There's
how
a
do you
lot to
feel
be
about
said
drugs?
for. There's
No
a lot to
comment.
be said for honesty.
How do you feel about the homeless? I think we should
Or-
put them in smelters.
it. Or even just somebody
Burn
who's
them
willing
all.
to-
Excuse me, sir. I said homeless smelters. We should
Even,
put them in
even if
homeless
there's somebody
smelters.
who's willing to say like, I don't know all of that, but I'll surround myself with the people who will know that.
No.
I mean, I'm okay with an answer like that. You don't have to know everything to be the city whatever.
No.
A city council member.
I know.
But
have you ever watched a city council meeting? Those people are half fucking retarded. Like, I'm surprised they made it through high school. They're all drooling all over their fucking notes and stumbling over their words. It's like, who the fuck are you? This Bob Blakey dude's half fucking stupid. He's running for mayor too.
Yeah. So my
he's running for mayor. How many people are running for mayor right now?
At least 3.
And you know what the other option is? No
No
mayor.
mayor.
No
Yeah,
mayor.
you guys, I don't know. I'm sold on my own idea.
I don't know. The council is such a mess, though.
So
Like,
my-
what a bunch of fucking retards.
I
So
have
you
no
might have
dogs.
noticed
Like I said, I
a-
live in Washington. I have
school
no
board-
dogs in the fight.
Oh,
thing in our yard.
Yeah.
When you pulled up, that happened the other day. Wyatt was leaving for school, and he comes up to me. He goes, or before he left, he goes, "Somebody just put a sign in our yard." And I'm like, "Not on my fucking watch, they did." And so I go out and I yank the sign out. Then I think about, it, I'm like, they're not supposed to do this without permission. So I call my wife and I'm like, hey, did you ask for this? And she's like, yeah.
Is that Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind Chuck. His brother Steve's kind of a tool.
Yeah.
He's a goober, but I don't dislike him.
I do.
But she goes,
I don't know. He
she's
was
like,
he was a teacher.
yeah,
at
I
my
asked
school.
for the sign. You
was.
can put it back. Well, I mean,
he
I'd like
wasn't my
somebody.
teacher.
I'd like somebody on the school board that will like question things.
Yeah.
Because the fucking high school is a shit show. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not
There's
impressed.
a few people running for school board that I will back, but
Do they? Oh, it's got off the air. I'll take my question off the air.
okay. Yeah, that's kind of too close to your wheelhouse.
Oh,
Yeah,
but I have some
a
school
little bit.
board stuff going on in my little hometown. that I
Oh,
work in
school
as
board
well.
stuff. I know about school board stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're in two other school boards. Your families.
Yeah. Two completely different school boards.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, right? Those small towns are interesting.
I watched a school board
Yeah, the
meeting,
big city over
and
here.
Oh, I mean, I'm in a real
Small town.
Yeah.
it was commentary. Like you could do run commentary on the school board meeting that I watched.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of people upset about because they imposed a mask mandate for the school, and so there were a lot of people that were upset about that. But they just come from a really like ignorant position, and it
Probably fascinating to listen to.
it is, and it's like because I don't give a shit either way, what whether the mandate's in place or not. If the school wants to do that, that's the school to do. And then it's up to the parents to respond however they want to respond. Pull your kid out of school, but like the way they were talking to people, I mean, it was really aggressive.
I'm such a slut for like
A lot
people
of
watching
vitriol.
and that kind of stuff. I would
You
I
could
would
have just stopped at slut.
well I would love to.
Oh, I
have
ate it
been,
up. I was,
yeah, man.
there were parts that pissed me off.
I'd have
but
been
other
like
times
Colin
I-
Robinson sitting there watching it with my eyes glowing, just like, yeah, fucking tell him. Like,
Because I mean, there's one lady that was there, like slamming her finger on the table, making her points, and just like almost frothing at the mouth over, like, and I'm just like, wow. And you couldn't hear the applause very well because it was in the gym. They had to move the board meeting from the actual room to the gym because they broke capacity, and so everything was echoey. So anytime like someone would finish speaking, there'd be like an applause break in the audience, and it was really like, wah, wah. But I guess it was just nuts in person. But
yeah, Tori.
There's some. Oh, go ahead.
Tori was invited. It was several months in the making, but she was invited to a wedding here this last like weekend or 2 weekends ago. They're not Quakers, they're not Mennonites, but they're similar. You know, the people who they always wear dresses and their hair up and they make their own clothes.
Pentecostal.
And, yeah, that kind of thing.
Amish type, yeah.
But she was invited to a wedding. This girl that she knows is marrying into a family that is this way, and the entire feast for the wedding, they don't eat anything that is even like an animal byproduct or anything like that. And she didn't invite me to go. Oh, they are Seventh-day Adventists, apparently, is what she's saying. I don't
One of
know.
those cults.
I don't know enough about them to have a really strongly informed opinion, but
That's
I
Mormon.
knew she
Oh,
didn't invite me to go with her because she was like, I didn't think you'd want to go to something like
the
that. And I
food
was
is probably
like,
fucking phenomenal.
well, I told her, I was like, can you imagine the content that I could have gotten for the show to go to a wedding?
Yeah,
like,
you gotta do things now for content.
when else are you going to get to go to something like that?
But
to
also the food there,
experience-
I mean, is not going to be.
like fucking
if they don't
Midsummer.
they don't want they don't want processed food. Does that mean they're serving like real food, like good, like
Yeah,
good-
it's probably going to be fucking amazing, and you'll
No,
get years back,
all
put
like-
back on your life.
all
Best burritos ever.
all vegan, plant-based, no animal anything. It was
So I
all
went the other
God,
way with
imagine
it.
what
grown
that
from
would push
steak.
out of your bowel.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I was thinking
You'd be
like
shitting at
steak,
warp speed,
prime
it'd be
rib, you
awesome.
know, like
Yeah.
something.
no.
awesome.
Like they don't. No. They
No,
don't
'cause
eat
you
animals.
you said not processed though, so I went the other way with it. I went with
Oh.
like these are like
It's all
we're getting,
like
like,
healthy.
sirloins
Like,
and
oh, we
stuff,
killed
like-
this goat that we've been raising
Yeah.
for 3 years. No,
Yeah.
no, not like that. Like they don't eat anything that's a byproduct of animals. no milk, no cheeses, no fucking.
I went the other way with it.
Okay,
Everything that they
pass on
everything that they
No.
eat is the food that your food eats.
Nobody should
no.
Cheez-Its.
But I was like, oh, I wonder what kind of music they play at a wedding like that. Like, I don't know. Like,
Mostly Vanilla Ice.
all I could
repeat.
think was, holy fuck, I bet that would be a really interesting people watching experience. And that your PTA meeting or whatever it was sounds
board meeting.
Board meeting sounds really similar to that. Of like, you get to see some people who you might otherwise think were just characters in a TV show. Like, there's no way that's a real person.
That's exactly what it was
I
like.
also like to go see stuff like this.
I love shit like that.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
do.
I also like to go see stuff like this because it's like
My whole
it's
life
weird.
is like that.
my meetings at my job can be a little like, oh well, here's a show.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of dealing with human cartoons at this point. And some of these people, I'm like, how did you almost make it to 80 years old? Like, seriously. How did somebody not pop you like a fucking retarded balloon?
And how did you
at this
not
point?
inadvertently kill yourself?
Yeah,
like
like,
just through
you
your
not
own
only made it,
genuine
like,
An accident.
and general negligence and
You
just
made it through a
derpiness.
successful career, but you made it through puberty. Somebody didn't kill you in high school for being completely inept. Back when people claim they were fucking tough. And speaking of which, like these fucking old people who are like, when we were kids, we were tough. You see those fucking memes on Facebook all the time? Oh, slides were made out of metal and they didn't have any sides on them and you fell off and died. Your mom told you to walk it off and so you did. Like, these are the people who are hurt by, like, Superman being bisexual. Like, fuck you. Fuck
Right,
you.
Yeah.
And then they don't even think about it.
How
but,
embarrassing.
Like, Superman's son is kissed a boy or something in a comic book this week.
Right.
And they act like their whole fucking world is over. And,
How embarrassing.
yeah. And, like, okay, so Jonathan Kent, a character you didn't even know was fucking existed before this newspaper article.
Also
is
not a
bisexual.
real person. Also a figment of imagination, a
This
not
was a
real
topic
person.
this
Someone
morning
thought of this idea and then someone else drew it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
This was the topic of conversation among a table whose average age was above 75 this morning. They're on and on and on and on. And I was like, when's the last time anyone at this table bought a comic book?
Right.
Yeah.
And no one could remember. And I was like, see, it doesn't matter.
So
It
it's
doesn't
not
affect
for you.
It doesn't affect you.
Right.
And they're like, well, slippery slope, yada yada. I was like, it doesn't matter.
You're
It's
about
not-
to punch
it's
out.
not
You're about to
normalizing
punch
anything.
out on this life.
And you know what?
Yeah.
What somebody does over there doesn't affect you. So
You don't
fucking
get to
worry
order
about
the
it.
dinner if you're not going to be around to eat it. Like,
Do I personally like that Superman's kid is a fag? No. I think it's stupid.
Also, don't.
but I don't care.
But
I
also,
don't fuck care.
but here's the thing: is if you don't like it,
Don't
don't buy it. Don't
buy it.
fucking read it.
And you know
then.
what? You haven't bought a comic book in fucking 50 years.
go back and read the.
Actually, this
Probably
goes
longer.
back to.
So don't fucking worry about it.
This is the same thing with my, and if you've never listened to this, but hey, if for some reason, Grandpa, you listen to the show, listen to me.
Hi, Derek's grandpa.
Listen to me, buddy.
Listen
but-
up.
Listen up. He one time I went to his house and he goes, "Well, I'm not gonna no NFL in this house." He says that to me.
Oh,
no
God.
NFL in
One
this
of
house.
those.
This dude though has in the history of I am 36 years old. I'll be 37 in a month. This dude has fucking never been into the NFL. Doesn't watch a game. Doesn't watch football. Doesn't know the rules. This guy devoted will watch baseball. Loves baseball.
That's great.
Will do it. But football, no fucking chance. He goes, no NFL in this house. And I go, oh, so no change then, Grandpa? Because you've never watched a fucking game ever? You can't look, dude. If you've never shopped at Walmart, you can't boycott.
Yeah, you can't
Walmart,
boycott something
dude.
you've never done.
You're not
Are you
boycotting
fucking
Walmart,
dumb?
Grandpa.
Also, NFL doesn't fucking care.
Nope.
They don't care.
They don't.
No.
They don't, because your dollar, his dollar, my dollar, they don't count.
Oh,
It's there. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
if if you have 100 followers and you have 100 followers and you have 100 followers and I have 100 followers, okay, maybe our opinion counts. If all of us decide to say, but it as one person, my $59.95 for that jersey, and that's probably really low.
Also, as long as
isn't
fantasy
counting.
football exists, football's fine.
Yep.
It's
'Cause
gotten
there's gonna be
it's
a dude
gotten
who's gonna buy a Mahomes jersey,
Right.
and he's also gonna want a Brady jersey and a
Yeah.
Gronk jersey
It's
and a
gonna
fucking
be fine.
it's gotten so big now that it kind of can't go away.
You can't go.
Like really.
So your little dumb little, but especially if you've never watched it, Grandpa. Look, come on, you've never watched it. Your little boycott. It's not a boycott. It's just
No,
you not
it's a
watching
girl
the thing.
cot.
I'm not boycotting a lot of the TV shows I haven't watched. I just haven't watched.
I just don't watch them.
There's no principle there. I just haven't watched them. And yours.
Have you
is
seen The
same.
Big Bang Theory? No, I'm boycotting.
I'm boycotting it. I'm sad to
My-
say that I have seen so much Big Bang Theory.
I like
I've heard
my
good things about it.
So
No, you haven't.
yuck.
No, you haven't.
My grandpa is in a similar but different boat wherein he watches the NFL every weekend. He is and has been someone who watches every Sunday for the majority of my life. And he just continues to tune in and bitch. Product really gone downhill, and I don't understand why they keep it doing like this when all these fuckers are kneeling and everything.
Back in my day, we
Never
used to get concussions.
It's just like, so why do you just hate watch it like The Walking Dead now? Like, do you just watch it so that you can bitch?
I've gone the other way with it. I watched the NBA during the bubble with all the Black Lives Matter stuff all over the floor and all of that.
Yeah.
To me, and this is actually probably a commentary on the movement itself. To me, all the BLM stuff that was on the court, like on the floor.
Yeah.
It's on the floor. It's right there. To me,
Painted on the hardwood.
to me, that became just a Nike symbol.
Yep.
Like I watched the whole bubble, and guess what? I fucking enjoyed it. I didn't even notice the shit on the floor. You know why? Because it just became another brand name just thrown in my face.
The back of the end zones in the NFL fields now, they all say like end hate or end racism or something, and it's just part of the decor now.
Totally desensitized.
I
It
don't
just
even
blends
see
in.
it.
It just
Yeah,
blends
no,
in.
you don't
Yeah.
see it.
So
It just
that's
blends
a
in.
commentary on the movement itself. Like it's just another
It's
brand
just
name,
furniture.
and I don't even fucking see it anymore. But also to that point, though, just watch it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Just fucking watch
If I have
the
to look
thing.
at that BLM one more time as
How
they
are
dribble
you
by it.
letting-
I'm gonna have a bowel movement in my pants.
What I'm saying is, how fucking sad is your life that you'll let the left take something from you that
Yes.
you love so much? Like, who fucking cares who cares what message is on it?
Yeah.
Like, just watch the thing you want to watch. If
Yeah.
you enjoy it, don't let them take it.
If you really like big sweaty men slamming into each other, watch big sweaty men slamming into
Just
each other.
watch
Yep.
it.
Just watch it.
Just watch it.
Just live
It's-
your life.
yeah.
I fucking refuse. I refuse to let politics take something from me like sports entertainment. I refuse. There hasn't been anything yet that's made me been so irritated I'm not going to watch it.
Nope.
I'm still going to watch it.
You know what politics
I-
makes me want to watch a show again? When they're kicking the shit out of that lady on The Boys, and she says, "Eat my shit, you Nazi whore." That's one of the best lines ever written.
Yep.
Eat my shit, you Nazi. Maybe it's bitch. Maybe it's you Nazi bitch. Either way.
Either way.
Now I have to watch it.
It's a
Right.
great show.
Such a good show.
I can do anything I want.
Such a good show.
Such a good show.
No, I like
God bless America.
shows and even sports events and sports on TV, like they elicit responses from me, but not in that way.
No.
Not in a like incensed vitriolic like fuck this show, I can't believe they did that kind of.
Well, it's also
I
weird
don't know.
because-
I don't. They don't elicit that kind of response from me.
Isn't the whole aspect of like watching the national anthem on TV and being mad at people kneeling at it, but what? That's also while I'm eating popcorn and letting it fall into my
Yeah,
chest hair.
are you
Yeah.
standing
Like,
up?
are you standing up
Like-
with your hat on your heart? You fucking piece
have
of
you
shit.
gone to
No.
a single game where any of your friends are standing for the national
Jesus,
anthem?
dude. I'm sitting on my couch eating potato chips, letting them fall into my
Yeah.
Are you
chest
standing
hair.
up in your living room? You're not? Then maybe you should shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Who cares? But then again, though, that's the media. That's the media showing it.
Right.
They could just as easily be like, "Here's the game. Here's the kickoff. We had no pregame show. It didn't exist, and we never saw it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they show it.
No,
Of course
because
they show it.
we need coverage on it. We need to keep
Yeah,
that.
we
We
have
need
to
to keep it
keep-
alive.
Give it the
It's all ratings.
give
you
it
know?
the Chris Benoit treatment. We didn't do that. We didn't show that.
It goes back.
What are you talking about? What pregame show?
It goes back to everybody
Combativeness is
letting
not
all
DNR.
this shit live rent free in their head.
Yep.
Well, like, I mean, you look at the people who are still they just hate Trump. Like, he hasn't even been on TV in
Right.
a year,
Yeah.
and it's like, why do you care? Oh, look at what Trump did today. What? Why?
Don't give him.
I totally
fucking-
forgot about the dude until I just
I
watched him a
haven't
couple minutes
seen
ago.
anything from him since he
Left office.
Nope.
Nope.
Not a
haven't seen
thing.
a word.
Nope.
But-
There's stuff
God,
he's done, but
they're
it's
just
only
like-
because the
they're
media
like,
covers
I
He
it.
was
haven't seen
Don't cover
colluding
it.
with the Russians. He probably
I
wasn't.
haven't seen anything.
He probably wasn't. And who cares? But Trump did this and he did this. Like, nah, he's not president anymore. Just if you stop talking about him, he'll go away.
I've banged this drum for really longer than I've been able to vote, but I get really fucking tired of how much power people in general perceive that the president has.
He's a figurehead.
I get so tired of. And even with as much as I hated Trump, I was so tired of it by the end of his presidency. Of like, yeah, we all get it. Everybody hates Trump. Fucking move on. And then you're 6 months into Biden's presidency, and you go, man, I can't believe how quickly Biden's fucked everything up. Do you have any idea how little he has to do with 90% of that shit? How much of it he inherited from the previous presidency? How much of that was inherited from prior to Trump presidency?
Right.
Like it's a never-ending shit cycle. It's not. Nobody wins.
In the
fucking
same-
hello.
In the same breath, I'll throw out the same people who are still obsessed with Trump.
Yeah.
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 The people
down.
who fly the Trump 2024
Oh,
flag.
God.
And it's like, whoa,
What are
really?
you doing, you
Yeah.
psychopath?
Or
Take it
refuse to
off.
take down the 2020 sign.
Yeah.
They're still in windows all over Clarkston.
Or put up-
I was
it's
driving
insane.
from my sister's house
Yeah.
today. There's like fucking 15 windows with Trump
Yeah,
flags in them.
it's
Trump
impressive.
pins 2020.
Crazy.
Like, dude, it's almost 2022.
I don't know if I told this on the show, but Matthew has a friend who is he's not a bad kid, but I don't really like him because he totally seems like a dude bro that is gonna end up with a lot of red Solo cups in his future.
Man, as soon as my kid got into like junior high school, like 90% of the kids he's surrounded by and are super duper
Future
Trumpers,
date
but
racers.
they're all because it's they don't
Their
have
parents.
a fucking thought of their own.
Their parents. Yeah, exactly.
I don't
And this
bring
kid's-
my kid's got puts his own fucking thoughts together because I
Yeah.
don't talk to him about any of the stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
My-
God, I've got Alex trained to just hate politicians.
Well, I mean, he doesn't.
All of them.
he had a
Like, nope, you don't vote for that person. Nope, you right in me.
he's got this kid Matthew's friend. He's got a Trump 2020 sticker, like bumper sticker on his bike, on his little like BMX bike or whatever.
You know whose parents
And
avoid teacher conference.
oh man, it
Yeah.
was so I try
All of them.
I try
All
to
of them.
impress critical
Everybody's
thinking on my kids when I can, and I asked Matthew, I was like, why does he have a Trump 2020 sticker on his bike? And he's like, well, because he supports Trump. And I was like, but he's 11. He can't vote, so he can't really support him. He's like, well, he just, it was just more of like a sign of support that he thinks that Trump should be president. And I was like, but you realize that the election was like, 6 months ago and he lost, right? There's nothing to support
So
anymore.
it's time to move on.
It's time to, yeah, fucking hello. There's nothing there to support anymore. You're not supporting a cause because it doesn't exist anymore. And Matthew's like, well, I guess it was more of just like we don't really agree with Biden. And I was like, and what do you know about Biden? He was like, well, a lot of people say that he likes to smell children. And
He's
I was
an old
like,
child molester who
has
dementia.
It's like a little microcosm of like that kid's going to grow up and vote. That kid's going to grow up and have a voice and a say in the way that things are decided. And he is as fucking ignorant at 11 as he's going to be at 31. And it fucking scares me.
They need to
Indoctrination, man.
put age limits on people that should be able to be like fucking Mitch McConnell needs to be gone.
Gone. Nancy Pelosi gone.
But these
80
fucking people
years old.
these fucking people that the Republicans
80
are
years
paving the
old.
way with are fucking
She's 3
batshit
years younger than my
crazy.
grandparents, and I wouldn't vote for either of my grandparents to fucking arrange a stock for.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
my grandpa.
I don't even trust them to go to the fucking grocery store. I wouldn't allow them to go to the grocery store by themselves. Why the fuck would I allow them to make decisions
best
that
thing
affect
I've heard all
everyone?
night.
No. I take my grandpa 3 or 4 places a week.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I told you how
I love him.
I ordered stuff for my
Absolutely.
grandma and
But I
she
would not
completely
trust him to
got my
fucking
Amazon
do
account shut
anything
down.
Right.
by himself.
Yeah.
That's so good. My uncle said if you couldn't get your license renewed, you can't run for office.
And
I think that's a
Nancy
great
Pelosi
fucking
is
rule.
three
I
I think that's a
years
great
younger.
rule.
Neither one of them can see 3 feet in front of their face.
Great. That's fucking. And that's, in my opinion, that should just be the starting point.
Like, that's it. All right.
If
so
you have
he
to take
failed the driver's
tests,
test, so
like,
Sorry.
They just
Look at all
shuffle
the-
all
look
these
at all the-
old senators into a room with the dressers.
there's
Or
all this
just
standardized testing
look
that
at the
kids have to
length of
take to
terms
get
on
through
these
school.
Biden's
But they don't
been
have to
in the
do
federal
anything once they're
government for
done with
45
school.
years. 45 years.
Yeah.
He is part of the fucking
Yeah, what's
problem.
gotten better?
Or Nancy Pelosi, fucking, 50 years of her life she's been involved in the federal government? Fuck no. Take a walk, Nance. It's time to let somebody else in there.
Yeah.
I don't care if they have your beliefs, just somebody with a little, 2 brain cells to rub together still. 80
yeah.
fucking years old? Get the fuck out. You're too old. They've got age minimums. They should have age maximums. If you hit retirement age, 67, cut them off. Sorry. If you qualify for Social Security, you should not.
You should not be
be
fucking
in there.
in there. Yeah, no.
I don't care
Not
what
at
your
all.
constituency says.
I agree.
Well,
Take
you're-
a sister and
everything
walk
you're
the
saying.
fuck
Your whole
away.
thought process is backwards too, because you're
Retire,
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah.
your old sensibility of what things should be based on how they used to be, and it's like there's
If
no
they're
room for
excusing
progress.
things
We're
you
not.
said in the 70s because it was a different time, it's time to walk away. What did you say
Right.
about the African American community in 1977 when you voted to segregate them?
Those
Yeah.
brownies.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Then maybe it's time
It's gotten real complicated since we let the coloreds into our bathrooms. I mean,
people have to show those old videos of
nuts.
Joe Biden saying stuff on C-SPAN when he's like when he's 100 years ago, when he's 60.
Yeah,
you
when
know.
he was groping children back
Yeah,
then. Like,
yeah, right.
Maybe let's not do that.
People have to show the old footage of him saying stuff, and it's like, dude, I understand you're showing that, but this is so old. Like,
Yeah.
vote him out.
Context, fucking
Vote him out.
yeah.
Well,
Then.
And the other thing is like that was 60 years ago. Like he can change his mind
Sure,
between
that's
now
also
and then.
true. Yep, that
like,
is true.
Like
Yep.
views do change, but
He-
also
well, we're
also-
supposed to anyway.
Also, he's goddamn senile now. Like
Well, I
his
mean,
views are going to change back to that maybe tomorrow.
but that's part of that, though. Like, politicians don't want to admit when they were wrong. You know, like,
yeah,
I was telling somebody a few years ago, but there's a lot of footage of there's a lot of footage of Hillary Clinton saying that she never said anything against like gay rights and stuff, but there's plenty of footage of
yeah.
her saying it. Like it exists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it have made sense, like real logical sense, for her to be like,
Yeah.
hey, I felt this way in 1995, but it's 2016.
it's almost 22 now.
You know, at that point though, but 2016,
changed.
Oh.
I changed my mind.
So
because guess what? I've changed my mind.
akin to my
You know what?
earlier comment
I'm not even the
of
same
like,
dude I was a year ago.
I don't know
Right,
shit
like-
about budgets, but I can talk to people in my cabinet who know. Yeah,
Exactly.
that level of honesty doesn't exist.
But
in
if it did though, I
politics.
feel like more people would have been like, you know what, I agree with
I
her.
think I can get behind that.
I think people would have a better view on politics in general if
I
there
think
was
the country would
more-
explode.
Oh, yeah, it
one
would. No one
nobody
would know
have
what to
any
do.
idea how to
That's
react.
No one would know what
if,
to do.
If they were like, if they just went ahead and they were like, oh yeah, that was me in
If
that was
you-
me in 1994.
if you added,
it's
like,
a different world now.
a measured level of
Things have
reason
changed.
to
I've
it.
seen different. I've seen scientific studies that have come out since then. I've seen psychological
Right.
evaluations.
So
that
what
have
would
shifted
Twitter do?
things.
How could they cancel
And-
anybody then?
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, you mean you've come across new information and your opinion has changed?
Well, you see, I was raised
Right.
by a man who thought that all
What?
gay people actually had demons inside of them, and as I got older, I was
Right.
I
privy
realized-
to
I realized
new
it was
shit. That,
actually-
some new
Ghosts
shit has
in
come to
there,
light.
bud.
Right.
I just,
I mean, God forbid I change my opinion for the better, even.
yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah.
when you start to go, you start to go like, oh, I'm on the wrong side here. I'm on the wrong side. Wow. Holy shit.
Or not
And
even
then
the
you just-
wrong side. Just
Or
I don't believe that way anymore.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, well, I believe this now. You would still have a lot of those people who would go, well, yeah, but you said this.
Yeah.
But I said
Yeah,
this
but
8
then I
years ago.
Then I
Right.
didn't agree with that, and now I just realize it doesn't affect me. So it
Well,
doesn't
and the
fucking
sides
matter.
and the sides
Like,
thing is garbage because there's really no side. It's just kind of like a,
Right.
Yeah, like I'm sorry.
I'm on the side of like
I
intelligent common
facts have
sense.
come out. Facts have come out that this is different. Evidence says that this is how it is, and and to me, it's just the older I get, the more I realize like most shit doesn't affect me. Like who's in the Oval doesn't affect me, other than gas prices, really. 'Cause
There's
it
no
seems-
need to
it seems to be
have
the biggest effect on my day-to-day life that the president has.
the strong
For some
response.
reason, who's in the White House seems to affect gas prices.
Yeah.
And that's really the only, and I don't know why that is. I
don't either.
I don't know why there's a
It comes
correlation.
down to it, though, right? Like,
But-
people go like, oh, gas prices are up. It's Biden, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know why that is.
I don't either.
But when Obama was in, they were high. Trump came in, they were low. And now they're high again.
Lowish.
Lower.
They
Lower.
never really
But
got
they never
low.
got back to high school levels. Remember when
Yeah, I
it
was gonna say-
$1.27? That was, oh, God.
Dude, I remember when
99
I
was 99.
when I was in grade school, and
Sometimes
we'd
I'll look
drive
back
to
at
California
pictures
to go down to
of the
Disneyland. You could
Amoco
get gas for
when
like
I was
fucking 67 cents a
driving.
gallon.
At first, and I'll just jerk off to gas prices.
I
'cause-
had a pickup in the
fantastic.
year 2001, right after 9/11, like right after it, and it was 89 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
Like, I found it, 89 cents. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? This is like old timey days.
Yeah,
like my
man.
grandpa telling me stories.
right.
I
Yep.
know. Yeah, what happened?
Imagine if you could. Well, gas would be king forever, though. If you did that, like,
Yeah.
like there'd be no.
None of this
We wouldn't be talking about.
nonsense electric.
So what we
Alternative
need
energy.
to do is we need to get some oil drums and we need to just go buy a shitload of gas. And so as the prices
they tried this
increase,
on It's Always Sunny in
I
Philadelphia.
know.
It's not gonna
Wild
work.
card,
It's
bitches.
not gonna work. I've already seen how this plays out. I've watched the whole episode.
I've seen this
And
one.
the second time.
Seen this one.
All right.
Can't
They
do
did
it.
it twice.
Well, we got to get out of here. Before we go, I do want to tell my burrito guy story. It's
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Is his name Ed?
no Eduardo.
Okay, I wasn't.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't sure if it was Eduardo,
it's just
like editorial,
it's
or
my
Ed the burrito guy.
well, I am the burrito guy.
It's like,
So
oh, this isn't a sex story, is it, Ward?
no,
Okay.
Only if
We've
you
had
get.
enough of that.
Only when you get.
No,
you
those are
tie
all
your food
yours
thing.
today.
Those are all mine today.
I get really hard. Over
Never been so
food,
uncomfortable.
So yeah.
Never been so uncomfortable.
we talked on one of the last show Ron was on how Nicole recently discovered the McDonald's breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
Right.
So my son
Really?
started.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? She was eating
Jesus,
McGriddles
they're
and shit.
so
and it's
good,
like,
though.
dude, babe, those are
Those
like
breakfast
just
burritos are
sugar.
so good, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're the best.
They're
and now
simple, but they're so good.
now that's all she eats. She's like, I want breakfast burritos.
They're so good, yeah.
So anyway,
I want breakfast.
my son started working at McDonald's, and so 2 days in a row, I went through McDonald's, and I would get 8 breakfast burritos. And I learned from him that you can ask for as many sauces as you want. So I asked for, because I also made my own breakfast burritos and froze them, and I like the McDonald's hot sauce. So I've been building up a stockpile.
Yeah.
So you're just going to stockpile.
Well,
Making
and for the
these
breakfast burritos. So I asked for 8 breakfast burritos, knowing that I could stretch one sauce between, or
burritos.
one sauce over one burrito, basically. I asked for 16 sauces, so I got really specific with my order. And so I did it on, and my son worked back-to-back days. He worked on Saturday and Sunday, and I did it each day. I drop him off at 9 o'clock. And on Sunday, I ordered and went through the drive-thru, and the guy goes to my son, "Hey, why? Oh, you just missed the burrito guy." And he's like, "That's my dad."
That's my dad.
Stop putting so much
So
weight
You're
on
the
this.
burrito guy?
Yeah, I got a title at the restaurant.
So,
McDonald's.
Do this the next time that you go and you do
Stop
the
so much cum in your burritos.
the next time that you go in and you order your burritos, burrito guy, don't ask for a specific number of sauces. Say, I did this at Sharp's one time when I was getting their their fry sauce. Say, give me as much as you legally can. Because it gets if you get half as good of a response as I got out of the girl at Sharp's, she just said okay in the longest. She just goes, okay.
So how much did she give you, though?
She put it in its own separate bag. There was like 24 or 20.
my
There was
God.
over 20 little containers of the because they pre-make the fry sauce containers.
Shitty little fry
So
sauce
those little plasticky to-go containers. But yeah, the next time that you go in, don't ask for a specific number. When they say if you want any sauce, say I want you to give me as much hot sauce as you legally can.
Eduardo's gonna have hot
hilarious.
sauce drawer.
Yeah.
Legally,
Just to see what I don't know what your store policy is, but I want you to give me as much as the store will allow you to.
Tori says enough hot sauce to drown a small baby. Yes, exactly.
Just I would be interested to see what their response was, because the girl at Sharp said okay for like 5 seconds. Like shit, it was a
On the-
just like
On the other hand,
okay.
Happy Day will charge you for the air that they breathe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'll cost you. That'll
Yeah.
cost you $30.
Yeah.
Not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had
Sharp
one
strange.
complaint about Happy Day, it would be that their sauce policy is just the worst. It's like fucking Stalinist Russia. With
Well, I
the
told you
sauce.
about their paper towel policy, didn't I?
No.
It's the only place I worked for a Happy Day Southway Pizzeria. I worked there for like 3 days because I was
You
working.
got a lot
at-
of jobs like that.
Well, no, I was working at Papa John's, and I had been at Papa John's for like close to 2 years, and Southway offered me more money and better hours, and I was like, more money, better hours, but I'm also going to a place that I don't know. I was like, I'll give it a try, and yeah, fuck that. I very quickly went back to Papa John's and was like, yeah, no, guys, this was a bad idea.
Happy Day famously underpays too, but overcharges for the stuff that they have.
Oh yeah,
It's the only place I
Everything.
ever worked
food and all.
that had
They're really proud of everything they sell.
rules. They had rules for hand washing that weren't just wash your hands. I walked out of the bathroom with like 2 or 3 paper towels drying my hands off.
So you had to put on a presentation for the customer, basically, to look, everybody, I've just washed my hands.
Oh no, I didn't even walk past the customers. I walked out of the bathroom, like back into the kitchen, and I was just drying my hands off as I was headed back into the area.
Oh.
And the manager girl was like, "Didn't anybody talk to you about the paper towels?" And I was like, "What?" Like I thought she was putting me on because I was the new guy, and she's like fucking with me. No, they have a rule. I was informed that if I used more than one paper towel to dry my hands off again in the future, that I would be written up for it.
Holy shit.
And I was like, I was like, so you're fucking with the new guy, right? She's like, no, this is a rule. And I was like, what?
Fucking Bruce Fish.
Excuse me? Like, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's almost insulting. Like,
Yeah. Well, and then when you consider the prices that they charge for stuff,
Yeah.
I can't get out of fucking. We'll order for 2 people at Arby's, and it's like nearly $40.
I won't even go to Arby's anymore. I don't really eat at Happy Day restaurants.
Yeah.
anymore
Well, honestly,
because
for
it's
how
alarmingly
expensive it is to go eat at Taco Time, you might as well go eat at El Sombrero.
Yeah, exactly.
A much, a more superior, like actual Mexican restaurant.
55.
Dang.
Tori says, I always ask at Effie's for to-go orders how many of each sauce people want. The most fry sauces someone has ordered is 55. Did you charge them for it?
I would.
Because
And
that's something I would charge
I do.
for.
You need to
'Cause
know
that's
that
like a-
before we get out of
that's
here.
a-
'cause-
there's a reasonable amount of fry sauce.
That's a
and then
container.
there's
Like,
yes. And then there's like,
yeah, could
want a
I
whole-
just give you a bowl of that?
Right?
Can I
Well,
just?
when I go to Sharps, I'll dump my fries on the tray, and I'll use the boat.
Oh, yes.
The boat the fries came in. That's
To
the
Oh, yeah.
squirt your fry sauce into. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes, she charged.
the way to
Good.
do it.
Yeah.
See, now that's a reasonable thing to charge for.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would figure, like, if I'm asking for extra something,
But if
then
I
it's
want-
okay if you charge me.
If I want 2 ranches, I shouldn't be paying you a
Right.
quarter.
No.
Exactly.
No,
But
fuck
if,
that noise.
If somebody goes like, I want 25.
Give me
like,
6 ranches
you're
every
wasting
time they
employee
order. Right.
Time
and
yeah.
resources and money. Yeah. Of
But
course.
there's a reasonable amount that should come with an order.
Right.
Too.
Yeah.
Like, I think
Because
if
there's
somebody
people that
orders
come
fries,
through.
it
Because
should
there'll
come
be
with fries.
people that come through
Because
that won't have any.
They're going by the pizza place model, which is like, oh, you want breadsticks? Make sure you order the marinara also.
yeah.
But the marinara doesn't come with the breadsticks. No, it does not.
The first
It used
the
to.
first
Some
cup
places
should be
it
with
does.
Some places
Yeah, it
it
should-
does.
It's
Or if
not
I order
anymore.
a
It
burrito,
should.
Yeah, they charge for it. Even I discovered that recently. They
Pretty sure
start charging
Domino's
for it.
charges for it.
Domino's charges for that marinara packet. For sure.
There you go.
See, yeah,
that's okay.
There's your
There's your thing. You get one with a
Small
small
gets
two
one
and
Think
then
with
Yeah.
some
large.
reasonableness in mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
That's
Large gets
again
3, man,
places
so.
like that. They get really thrown off when you say, "Give me as much sauce as your store will allow you to," because they immediately, well, how
What's the legal limit?
What's the legal limit?
legal limit?
What's the legal
I
limit
like
on
throwing
5-alarm
legal
sauce?
in there because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I
right.
like
There's some sort of law.
I don't think this has been legislated, sir.
I like to think of last I saw that Bill was sitting on the step and he was singing.
Yeah.
And,
That's going to be my platform for city council. It's not a no nonsense platform. It's not an anti-COVID mandate platform. It's a get as much goddamn sauces as you
legally
want.
able to, yeah.
We will dictate the legal limits on
Let's
5-alarm
legislate.
sauce.
No more nonsense.
No more nonsense.
That's very
The
good.
no sauce sense.
There you
Had a
go.
great time.
Hey, if you order your breakfast burritos through the app, you can put as many sauces as you absolutely want for free, lols.
Really?
Oh, fuck, oh dear. So I'm ordering.
And
Faye.
that's a life hack right there.
Ooh, yeah.
There's a
Are you
lot-
using that's now when I go to McDonald's, they're going to be like, are you using the online app? I sure as fuck am.
Hashtag life pro tip.
I want all these sauces.
Oh,
Yeah.
the burrito guy's back.
Oh, I see that
Hashtag
you.
sauce boss.
The first time they were asked,
I see you asked for
what?
54 sauces. Is that correct? Or is that, did you want 5?
That was a hashtag typo.
Sir, can I ask you why you made your order as the burrito guy?
Oh,
You know your son works here. We're gonna make.
you know we're all gonna make fun of your son now, right?
Your
We
son's now
used
the
to like
burrito
him,
guy.
but then we found out burrito guy was his dad. So
That's how
we
my
gave
fridge is
up.
full of hot mustard. Oh.
That sounds like a sex
is
innuendo.
that what Ron calls his sauce?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Gross.
that sounded like a sex
Jesus. Now,
innuendo.
now
We're
Derek's
calling
going to have
it.
nightmares.
All right. Thanks for
He's
listening.
finally getting good sleep and you fucked it up. You son of a bitch.
Timespentpoorly.com. We'll catch you.
Thanks for having me
ASMR.
back on.
ASMR.
ASMR.
I had a lot of fun.
ASMR.
Yeah, thank you for joining
Thanks,
us, Derek.
Derek.
It was good
I
to
would
see you.
love
It's
to
been a
be back
minute.
Again.
Put less time between the next visit.
Yeah,
I would love
definitely.
to do that. Yeah.
That was great tacos. Great
Yeah,